The football talk show that holds back nothing on opinions.
Straight shooting LJA.
Hi, I'm Gudjonsen.
Grassroots coach Manisha Taylor.
Hello, I'm Rob Torres.
G-Man.
Samira Swanee, Motivate Sports and Fitness.
Christian Carambeu.
Matt Hodgson, Director of the 4-Year Plan.
We the people, for the people. Jazzy Fizzle.
Your Monday night footballing fix.
Make sure you join the revolution.
The pitch is where we eat.
The pitch is where we sleep.
And the pitch is where we talk. Each and every Monday night of your lives.
At youtube.com/pitch talk.
For podcast links and information, check out our official website, www.pitch-talk.com.
Hello, I'm Rob Torres.
Grassroots coach Manisha Taylor.
Christian Carambeu.
Matt Hodgson, Director of the 4-Year Plan.
David Gopkin.
I'm Rob Lusher.
Andy Copeland from the Glennet Southern Amateur League.
Philip Wick, I'm CEO of 14.
Former Chairman of Ibis FC.
Chairman of Alexandra Park FC.
And you're listening
And you're listening to Pitch Talk, the only place to get your Monday night footballing fix.
Because the pitch is where we eat.
The pitch is where we sleep.
And the pitch is where we talk. Make sure you join the revolution, the football revolution.
It's Monday night. It's Monday night. It's Monday night. This is Pitch Talk. Last show of 2014. It's Pitch Talk. We are live. Yeah. We are live. Straight shooting LJ and Jazzy Fizzle are live in the place tonight. Last show of 2014. Let's go with the pitch talk. Let's go with the Monday night football in fix. We are having fun right here in the studio. Wait.
That was scripted, people.
We don't do scripted ad-libs here. Well, we only
straight off the dome.
Well, we only do one. But it is time for
Hi, I'm John sitting here with Gavin, Liam Angell on Pitch Talk.
the football talk show that holds back nothing on opinions.
Hello, I'm Rob Torres. Christian Carambeu.
Grassroots coach Manisha Taylor.
Matt Hodgson, Director of the 4-Year Plan.
Samira Swanee, co-founder and co-director of Motivate Sports and Fitness.
And you're listening to Pitch Talk.
The only place to get your Monday night footballing fix.
The pitch is where we eat.
The pitch is where we sleep.
And the pitch is where we talk.
You never know. You won't see it coming. But I promise you'll know, cause it's Pitch Talk. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Don't worry, I'm not going to be rapping again, at least not yet. Oh my God, we'd like to welcome you on behalf of Straight Shooting LJA and
The one and only Jazzy Fizzle.
And of course, the G-Man too, who can't be with us tonight. But you know what? It is one of them ones. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. This is your Monday night footballing fix. We are live and we are Pitch Talk. We got the PT family in the Skype chat. We got the YouTubers listening. And eventually,
Don't forget we got the Mixler fans as well.
I was going to say, live on
Don't
Mixler.
know, now you know, baby. First hour of the show, live on Mixler. Make sure if you ain't there, get there right now. And of course, we've got live updates from Liverpool Swansea as well. But,
Yeah, we need to keep an eye on that with a live bird upon my chest.
That's
and,
the game that
hey,
we love the best at the minute. But having said that, we've got a whole Boxing Day. We've got a whole yesterday to get through.
Yeah.
As well as we head into
we got a lot.
results and analysis. But before we do that straight shooting one, please tell the people, how was your Christmas?
It was fantastic. It must be said, my Christmas was fantastic. But before we get into that in detail, www.pitch-talk.com is where you can find us. find us at our official website, at Pitch Talk on Twitter. Tweet with us, follow us, see what we're up to. Facebook.com/Pitch Talk. Become a fan, become a friend, become a member of the group. Join the footballing revolution. We are working so hard to create. MySpace.com/Pitch Talk. PitchTalk.blogspot.com or .co.uk will get you to the blogs, the latest blogs by yours truly, Straight Shooting LJ, the G-Man, Jezzy Fizzle, and many, many more. We got a few other blogs coming up soon there, baby, as well.
The American Dream is in the house, baby.
In his house, baby. But you know what? Also, the big announcement that we've been alluding to since, well, this morning, actually, and also yesterday as well, is that our next Pitch Talk Meets interview guest will be none other than Dave McLaughlin, who is the chairman of Alexandra Park FC. He is our next Pitch Talk Meets guest. We'll be giving info in the next few weeks in terms of how to get your questions in. Keep an eye out for an advert for that upcoming Pitch Talk Meets interview that will be upcoming. Remember, all 5 of the trailers for Pitch Talk Meets Sahel Raymond are now up at youtube.com/Pitch Talk. So go and have a look at them. We will be releasing Pitch Talk Meets Sahel Raymond, the full interview, on New Year's Day. So while you're nursing a hangover, we're gonna give you something. We're gonna give you something to watch, something to relax, kick your feet up, baby, and watch. So it's one of them ones. Pitch Talk Meets Sahel Raymond will be out on New Year's Day 2015. So we're going to kick off the year with a brand new Pitch Talk Meets released. We've got also Pitch Talk Meets Girls on the Ball, which will be out in February of 2015 as well. And of course, we've got Pitch Talk Meets Dave McLaughlin. That will be filmed very, very soon. So we'll be sending information out. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I'm getting my questions ready right now.
It's going to be a lot of
right now.
fun.
Write them down.
See how good we are to the people? Because we the people for the people. YouTube.com.
Just to let the people know, 8 minutes into Liverpool v Swansea is still 0-0. Keep it locked. I tell you what, if you haven't sent them already, okay, let me know. Halftime predictions, full-time predictions. What do you think is going to happen in this one? Will Brendan Rodgers get sacked after the game? Let me know.
No.
Send me a tweet. Send us a text on the number. Give us a call. Liam, give him the number.
07535804466 is the mobile number. The mobile is on and waiting for those calls. We've already had a couple texts through. We're going to come back to them. We are definitely going to come back to them later on in the show because they are funny. We have to do them after the watershed.
Oh, yeah. Mr. Mike Harniman, a.k.a. DJ Harney of Storm FM.
I'm glad you said Harney and not something else. Anyway.
Right, he said 2-0 Liverpool. Ryan's also just chimed in there 2-1 Liverpool. Kieran Riley
thinks he's funny. Kieran thinks he's
with
funny.
A smiley face. I like that.
Yeah, Kieran thinks he's funny.
But yeah,
by the way, big shout out to Big T as well because we got to throw them T's up for because he did send some. And Ross Vernon thinks he's even funnier with 3-0 Swansea. Yeah, he thinks he's even funnier. How are Leeds doing at the moment? Not very well. It was a rhetorical question.
Ryan says he's seen Swansea this season, and that's the reason why he's good to score.
They're a good side.
He's going for very good. Very good side. Gary Monk has done an absolutely fantastic job so far. But having said that, again, it's just going into the 10th minute now. Still 0-0. I have no idea what you're doing over there, but
we got to know the ledge, man. We got to know the ledge. It's the last pitch talk of 2014.
I know.
We're going to round out the year. We're going to look at a few things in review as well, especially Brazil 2014. There was a lot of interesting stuff that actually came out.
I absolutely
and a lot of
love
trends
that
this year that have come out. So
Brazil.
Had fun with that one.
Oh yeah.
But also Pitch Talk 1. Add us on Skype. I said the mobile number. Call us, text us, let us know your views. 07535 804-466. So all good. Let's kick up the party mode, man. This is Monday night and we are live on Pitch Talk, the last show of 2014.
Officially, I'm changing your name. Yeah.
We are going to kick off 2015 with Pitch Talk Meets.
And Russ has updated his prediction. His full-time prediction is 4-3 Liverpool. That's his full-time prediction.
He's flip-flopping more than the Leeds fans who originally hated Chelino. But anyway, we'll not get into that topic because, well, there's a lot more that we've already said about it. We've already said about it. Ooh, yeah, talk about it.
And we don't gotta
talk about it.
Anyway, it's around about that time where we happen to ask the Skypers, you know,
we're gonna come back in a sec. We're gonna come.
So we're not gonna do that now.
No, we're gonna come to. We're gonna come to the Skypers as we go along. We're gonna come to the Skypers as we go along.
Because I would like, is we the people for the people.
Of course.
You know, let's go to the Skypers. Let's find out how the Skypers are doing. You know.
All right, cool. Let's
do that.
Yeah.
Mr. Mike Harniman, how was your crimbo?
Very good, Jesse. How was yours?
You know what? I have to say this. I have to send very, very big shout outs to all my very, very good friends, including the Straight Shooting One, including the G-Man, who is here in spirit. All of my family, you know, all of my enemies, all of my frenemies. Listen, I've got to send a big shout out to everybody right about now, because this Christmas in 2014 was arguably the greatest Christmas of all of my time. So you know what? To absolutely everybody, thank you ever so much. Greetings of the Christmas tide and the Christmas season, and thank you for joining us right here, right now on your Monday Night Football Effect.
Ollie, Judy, Larry, and love you lots.
Jesse, it's made even better because Team has got 3 wins out of 9 days, and to be honest, I wasn't even expecting that.
See, sometimes you get those gifts that you aren't necessarily expecting.
You know what? Yeah, we got to celebrate some gifts today. Yeah! If only you guys can see the video. Oh, that's Wonder Kid. That's Pitch Talk. Anyway, that's Wonder Show. That's footballing fix. That's what I'm looking for.
Ooh, and that was a brilliant chance because was that Raheem Sterling?
Oh my God! And it's just seeing on the replay, and it was put over as well. Oh my word! Liverpool coming within inches, baby, of taking the lead at the Anfield Road. And unlucky Adam Lallana, baby.
After 13 minutes, Liverpool 0, Swansea 0. If you haven't made your prediction for halftime, full time, please let us know. If you are in the Skype chat, send it to us on Skype. That's at Pitch Talk 1 on Skype. Get it to us. Hey, send us a tweet. It's at Pitch Talk. Get us on Facebook.
Speaking of that, actually,
and get us on Google Plus. Send us your views if you will.
Speaking of views on Twitter, Big T has said, I'm sure Jesse is 3 yards offside. There's a linesman looking right at it. I love that from Big T. What to ask also, we got Ryan in the house. Ryan, welcome to Pitch Talk. It's your first time here. How was your Christmas?
It was pretty good, thanks. How about you?
Yeah, not bad on my side. I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it. It was a lot of fun. So, all good. We've also got Kieran Riley. How was your Christmas?
It was very good. Thank you very much.
Fandabidozi. Also, Ross Vernon, how was your Christmas?
My Christmas was really good, Liam. I spent it with my family on Christmas Day. I had Christmas dinner for my aunties and my sisters. And then Saturday I went to the pantomime, and I paid for everything, including the meal afterwards. And then yesterday I went to Manchester and to see Shrek the Musical. And I saw the end of the Man United game against Tottenham yesterday, and I was speaking to a couple of Man United fans and told them that Chelsea were next. And I went, "Johnson, you're a Chelsea fan?" I went, "No." They went, "What are you then, City?" I went, "No." I went, "United?" I went, "No." I went, "What team do you support?" I went, "Leeds." Oh God, that's even worse.
What is wrong with Leeds?
They both went, "Merry Christmas to you, and I hope you have a safe New Year." So I sent to you. And then also, while I'm watching the Liverpool game like you guys, I've been keeping my eye out for the Championship team. Championship result tonight as Fulham are taking on Brighton at Craven Cottage, which currently is still 0-0.
Oh, good, man.
Same time as Liverpool and Swansea.
Oh, good, man. You know what? It is time. To give a few shout-outs. I'd like to give Big shout outs to Apparently Rich. ApparentlyRich.com. Simple yet effective web solutions to get your company off the ground. LJA Productions, the new blood in digital video. Also In situ.co. Create, engage, inspire. Also, big shout outs to Motivate Sports and Fitness, Girls on the Ball as well. And also big shout outs to Thin White Line Magazine as well. So you know what? It is one of them ones. 2014 has been a very interesting year for us.
And 2015 is going to be even greater.
You damn right. The pitch talk is back. Not that we will go on, but anyway. Well, that was. You know what? It is time for us to pause that particular track as my beloved Red Men are in action. Because I want to keep an eye on that one, baby. But you know what? It is time for us to swing into the first segment of the show, which, as you will already know, it is. Results and analysis. It's results and analyses. So let's get to it with some of these. I had nothing there, so.
Well, you made something out of nothing. So, you know, well done to you. You get a gold.
I made chicken soup out of chicken turd. Anyway,
Madre mia.
Actually, no, I think that's actually swearing in Spanish. I can't say that. Anyway, Friday, 26th of December, 2014. We begin on Boxing Day, and we begin with Chelsea 2, West Ham 0. John Terry opened and scoring in the first half on 31 minutes, and 31 minutes later, Diego Costa scored as well on 62 minutes. Diving reared his ugly head as an issue.
Yes, it did.
Over the course of these matches as well. We're going to come back into that in a bit. Burnley 0, Liverpool 1 with the live bird upon my chest. This is so far the result I love the best because tonight we're in action against Swansea. So that could be the result. We'll go into that later. But Raheem Sterling finding his scoring boots on 62 minutes. Rounded the goalkeeper after Philip Coutinho's damn good pass, it must be said. With this one, Emre Can playing as part of the centre-back three, necessity really because of injury. But it makes the release of Daniel Agger look even more. It puts that kind of thing under the microscope a bit more because Agger would have slotted in perfectly there. But Emre Can didn't have a great deal to do, but he did it well. He's reprising that role tonight as well. I think he has actually played centre-back a couple of times at Leverkusen before, so it's not the biggest surprise. Yeah, but those who don't know that, obviously, it's a surprise.
Yeah, I think Arturo Vidal, who now plays for Juventus, he happened to play little centre-back early on in his career. Carlos Zambrano happened to play centre-back and defensive midfield as well. So it's good to see. It's good to see. And as you say, sometimes when the team has injuries, it's all about the next man up.
Of course.
You know. For Manchester United, for example, we have Michael Carrick who does a job at centre back, and I think Emre Can's doing the same thing. And obviously, when you look at the result, he obviously didn't do too badly. So you know, more power to him, more power to the team. And you know what, as well, to the Brendan Rodgers out brigade. How do you like him now?
You know what's up, morons. Anyway, do you want to take the next one?
Could, but seeing as you're on such a roll, I figure you might as well continue. You know, I'm not trying to stop the momentum, baby.
I've always gonna start singing "Funk is on a roll."
Funk is on a roll. Funk is on a roll. Funk is on a roll. No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna...
I'm gonna do it.
20 minutes gone, it's still Liverpool 0, Swansea 0.
Because my mama's about to get funky up in here.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's Monday night. It's Monday night. And it's piss talk. It's Monday night. It's piss talk. Lost off. 2014.
Absolutely.
No scripts, no angles, no spots, no finish. Just fun with football around it. This is Pitch Talk. Not Sparta.
I think the result you're alluding to was Manchester United 3, Newcastle 1. Wayne Rooney opening the scoring after 23 minutes. Doubling Manchester United's lead after 36 minutes.
Wait, no, you skipped it. All right, go on, keep going. Keep going.
What did I skip?
Keep going.
What did I skip?
Palace, Southampton, Everton, Stoke, Leicester, Tottenham. We'll come back to that.
You asked me to take the lead on the result. I'm
No,
gonna
no,
talk
shoot. No, go on.
but I'm
You
gonna
want
talk
to
about,
talk about
the result.
yours. Yeah,
You
go
know,
on.
the one that I love the best, even though the crest is on the chest because I was a worker.
The crest is on the chest.
But it's here. It's here. It's all heart, baby. It's all heart.
Yeah.
So anyway, Robin Van Persie made it 3-0 after 53 minutes. Fantastic assist from Wayne Rooney, by the way. Stephen Taylor was booked after 61 minutes. Van Persie was also in the book after 66 minutes. Papis Dembasise having to equalise from the penalty spot after, well, let's be honest, Phil Jones, he was a little bit sloppy. Yeah. And
a little bit.
Papis Dembasise, who arguably one of my favourite strikers in football at the minute. Arguably one of the best African strikers there is at the moment as well. Talking about African football with Africa Cup of Nations coming up. I'm looking forward to that personally. But it was only a consolation for Newcastle. Manchester United run out 3-1 winners.
Couple of nice goals in there, including one. Mata, what's the matter with you? I just love doing that with his own impression. Bailey, what's the matter with you, Bailey? I think Mata is making up the 1%.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
I saw that meme and I would never get it out of my head. We are the 1%. I mean, it's Carlos Mencia who posted it. I love that. I'm sorry.
1%.
I love that. I love that.
Stop that.
We are the 1%. And it's two Mexican guys just standing there with grins on their faces. We are the 1%.
Here's a live score update, courtesy of Mr. Russ Vernon, aka at _sports coverage. I think it was. Let me just get that up.
Is Yeovil Town 0 Leighton Orient 1, Chris Dagnall 134.
There we go. Nice. So thank you very much, Russ. That's at _sports coverage on Twitter if you would like to follow. And if you do follow, hey, tell them that we sent you.
It's Ainsley.
Tell them that we sent you.
The 1% meme.
But yeah, I mean, to just give a quick overview review of this game, Manchester United, for me, were absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Having said that, though, I think Newcastle were equally just as bad. They had the youngster starting up front as well. He looked very, very lively. He did. He looked absolutely brilliant. I think that they're trying to get as much out of Papis Dembasise before he goes to the Africa Cup of Nations. But oh my goodness. It started already, people. It started. The Ainsley Harriott memes.
But Jezzy, you seem upset.
The Ainsley Harriott memes are back, ladies and gentlemen. Boys and girls, children of all ages.
I want the new Call of Duty game. Black Peppers.
Oh my goodness. I'm sorry.
Shall we move on in terms of results?
Yes,
before we end up getting sidetracked.
Or shall we go backwards to Crystal Palace 1, Southampton 3?
There's a drawback to the first goal because Mane scored it on 17 minutes. Ryan Bertrand scored on 48. Alderweireld scored on 53 minutes. And Scott Dan got a consolation on 86 minutes.
I have to say this, right?
This result cost someone their job. But we'll get into that in general talking points because there have been
keep it locked.
Reports going around.
Change that channel. Don't move that dial, right? But having said that, right, the thing that I really, really enjoy about the Southampton team this season, they have goals all over the park. Absolutely everybody is chipping in with goals. And when you have your centre back and your left back scoring, you don't necessarily need one of your strikers or one of your interchangeable front four scoring. But oh wait, you've got them doing that anyway. So absolutely brilliant stuff from Southampton. And you know what? For all of those fans that had a little bit of doubt, a little bit of worry, a little bit of insecurity, okay? For that little wobble that they had, this is how you respond to that. And they had already responded to it, but they're continuing to respond. So you know what? I'm saying this. Southampton, they look like the real deal to me.
There's an OWR in there.
No, they do look like the real deal.
Looking at the real deal now.
And they're not a fluke. They are not a fluke. It's not a fluke this season. Southampton are for real. I'm saying that.
Hey, Southampton are flying sky high at the moment.
Yes, they are.
But hey, they could come crashing down to earth with the low down.
Oh, I thought he was gonna say it was gonna. They were gonna come crashing down. It was gonna hurt inside, so on and so forth. Sorry, I'm leading you down paths that you ain't.
It's OWRs.
But yeah, 26 minutes gone. It's Liverpool 0, Swansea 0. You know, both teams looking quite comfortable in this one. Liverpool, for me, have had the better chances, but so far they've not been able to take them. Swansea looking decent in possession, but I'd really like to see them, make that possession count. What is it that you always say? Possession is nothing
without penetration.
Well, depending on what we're talking about. But what I mean is,
well, some say possession is 9/10, but it's one of them ones.
It's about what you do with it.
She wanted 9/10 too. Anyway, yeah, let's leave that aside.
I tell your wife has it that too, fat boy. There's another old
big bomb could tear up the shot. Okay. I love that during the Mock Goldberg funeral. It was so silly. Everton 0, Stoke 1 as an extra result. Bojan Kirkic scoring the only goal of the game on 38 minutes from the penalty spot.
I tell you what, though. Bojan Kirkic, right? He is happening to show why he was lauded as one of the best young talents when he first broke into that Barcelona first team a couple years ago. Right? He had a bit of an off spell, a little bit of a downturn. He was on loan at Ajax last season. Didn't really work out for Pitch Talk, sponsored by Lucasade.
Bigotries.
But this season, right, in Stoke, whether it's cold, whether it's rainy, whether it's snowy, he's getting the job done.
Yeah.
So for me,
proving that he can do the job on a cold night.
Like Southampton, he's for real.
For life or just for real?
For real.
There's a reference there to, well, in the terms of for real, for he whose name shall not be mentioned.
Yes.
The WWE.
Yes.
Just wiped him out of history, which is funny. But anyway, funny but kind of understandable. They don't need any more bad press.
Things considered.
Yeah, definitely. Leicester City 1, Tottenham 2 is our next result. Harry Kane opening the scoring in the first minute.
Citizen Kane. Have you seen those memes?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, there's a bunch of Harry Kane memes.
All I've seen in certain places is Harry Kane, and all I can think of is Gregory Helms.
Yes, me too.
Stand back. There's a hurricane coming through. Oh no, that's his original thing. Yeah, anyway. I'm getting flashbacks to 2001. Or actually flashbacks to 2003 as well.
Yeah.
The Scorpion King has a smooth. That program with the Hurricane and the Rock was funny.
Absolutely brilliant.
So funny.
And who are you meant to be? The Hamburger.
Oh yeah,
I think that was to Rose.
No, was it? Oh, look who it is! It's Hamburglar. Where's Grimace? It's like we can do for a chicken nugget at the Rock. Hurricane used to get mocked. We gonna do for a chicken McNugget. For a chicken McNuggets.
I know. That is just brilliant.
Oh God. Oh, that's see. Whenever I see Hurricane, that's all I think of. I don't think of Tornado Alley. I don't think of Harry Kane. I just think of Gregory Helms, who actually, if you happen to be a wrestling fan or watch shoot interviews, watch YouTube. Sorry, not YouTube. You shoot Shane Helms, and you'll see a cameo by yours truly on it. Of course, repping PT with the PT t-shirts coming soon. But it's one of them ones. Yeah, you'll see me on you shoot Shane Helms.
Yeah. Just a quick, note on Harry Kane at the minute. He looks to be Tottenham's number one striker. I mean, he's keeping Roberto Soldado and Emmanuel Adebayo out of the team at the moment, right? And
deservedly so.
He's in white hot form. Absolutely.
He's got 12 goals in all competitions, and right, smack it.
Absolutely. He is laying the smack down for Tottenham as, the guy who's leading the front line. I mean, he really, really is in form, and long may it continue.
Definitely. You know what? Someone else who is trying to bounce back and get their form back is Leonardo Ulloa. Yeah, the bounce back ability. Leonardo Ulloa scored on 48 minutes. Christian Eriksen scored a free kick on 71.
Ulloa, that was his first goal since that 5-3 against Man United.
Wasn't that September or was that October?
No, I think
that was a while ago. When was that 5-3?
Yeah, let's not.
No, when was that?
Because I don't want to talk about it.
When was it?
I don't want to talk about it. 30 minutes gone, or make that 31 minutes gone. It is still a Liverpool 0, Swansea 0 in your Monday night footballing clash, as covered live by myself, and of course, a straight shooting one on your Monday night footballing fix, Pitch Talk.
Yeah. And we're here to be positive, because in terms of negativity, one does not simply have time for that. I love that meme. No, that meme is genius. It's borderline genius. That meme. One does not simply. Oh, Sunderland 1, Hull City 3. Adam Johnson scoring in the first minute, and oh my God, Gaston Ramirez scored on 32 minutes. Chester scored on 51 minutes, and Nikita Jelavic scored on 96 minutes. Jelavic's goal was one of them ones where Hull committed a lot of bodies forward and ended up getting stung for it. So it's one of them ones they ended up stinging Sunderland for it, but Johnson's goal was hilarious. Oh my God. It's that Adam Johnson's goal was hilarious because all you see is Curtis Davies gets the ball back to him, so everything's all under control. He underhits a pass. He underhits the pass, and then instead of trying to get the ball back, he's waiting for McGregor, the goalkeeper, to come out, and all you see is him start trying to shield Johnson, falls over, does the John Terry Salmon trying to header the ball whilst he's on the floor, and Adam Johnson's just like, thank you very much. Just scored. Have you seen that goal?
Honestly, I'm going to put my hand up. Say no, I haven't.
Bro, the goal is hilarious. I'm going to have to show you it because it's actually comedy material.
Is it a legitimate goal of the week contender?
Mate, all I can say is Curtis Davies could get flop of the week contention for that.
Or -5 stars.
I was going to say, you're damn right. And there may be something at the Red Men 1-0 up. Ooh, yeah, dig it. Yeah.
Brilliant goal. Absolutely
one
brilliant
of
goal.
them ones. The slick passing, cutting Swansea to ribbons. The Swans are 1-0 behind.
Brilliant pass
and the assist coming from Jordan Henderson and Adam Lallana with a lovely tap-in finish. Brendan, yes, it's starting to come together. Starting. But it's starting. Liverpool 1, Swansea City 0. It's one of them ones. The Red Men 1-0.
No, it was Moreno. Thank you.
Sorry, Moreno. Sorry. But it was one of them ones. It was smacky. I like that. I feel good now. But yeah, Adam Johnson's goal was absolutely hilarious. Swansea 1, Aston Villa 0 was our next result. Gylfi Sigurdsson, what a goal. I mean, that is a pick one out. Goal of the week contender by Gylfi Sigurdsson. And it's a case of stuff of the week is later on in the show. Gylfi Sigurdsson, that free kick on 13 minutes. Mwah! It's like, come here. It's like, come here, little Gylfi. Mwah! What a goal. West Brom 1, Manchester City 3. Fernando scoring on 8 minutes. Yaya Torres scoring a penalty.
Never giving up, fighting all the way to the end. That is exemplified by that goal.
Yeah.
He's got no right to score that goal.
Exactly.
But he has the hunger, the desire, the fortitude to make sure that ball goes in the back of the net.
Fortitude.
Well, doesn't he? Doesn't he? I'm asking that question. Does he not?
Who said the fortitude?
Yes, I did. And I didn't misspeak. He had the fortitude to make sure that ball went in the back.
He's been getting his fiber. He's been getting his fiber. At least it's not one of them ones where you use the Mick Foley line. He's got the testicular fortitude.
Well, now you have.
The testicular fortitude. But yeah, Fernando opened the scoring with Yaya Torres scoring a penalty on 13 minutes and David Silva scoring on 34 minutes and Brownie Day scoring on 87 minutes. Now apparently
that goal was absolutely colorful.
Yeah, it was. But the Adam Johnson one, I think, was funnier. It's the way Curtis Davis just fell over. It's like, dude, what are you doing? It's just
It was like Hans Moleman. Oh, down I go.
Yeah.
At half time is Leighton Orient 1, Yeovil 0. Thank you very much, Mr. Ross Vernon. That is at _sports coverage, if you will, if you want to get following on Twitter.
All I can say is about the goal that Curtis Davis was culpable for.
-5 stars. -5 stars.
You gotta say that about the Curtis Davis goal that he was culpable for, because it was hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Coming back, Arsenal 2, QPR 1. Alexis Sanchez opening the score in 31
Coutinho
minutes.
went close.
Philly, unlucky little Philly. Alexis Sanchez scoring in 37 minutes. And Giroud getting himself sent off on 53 minutes was laughable. It was laughable.
That was crazy.
Don't do that again.
That was crazy.
Don't do that again.
That was crazy.
Or we might have to get bait. We might have to get bait to sort stuff out. But I hate those words, man. They just sound so stupid. Anyway, Olivier Giroud stupidly getting himself sent off on 53 minutes. There was no need for, I think it was Torres. There was no need for the recipient of the headbutt to go down the way he did. But the fact of the matter is, Giroud, you dug yourself a grave with a fork and spoon. So it was one of them ones. It was silly. It was just so silly.
I was going to say he did it with a digger, but never mind.
Nah, I think fork and spoon, man. Thomas Rosicky actually scored on 65 minutes.
Brilliant
Charlie
goal.
Austin scored a penalty on 79 minutes. So.
To give QPR a lifeline, but they just didn't have enough. Yeah, just didn't have enough. And sometimes playing against 10 men rather than playing against 11. At least recently. But, you know, at the end of the day, fantastic result for Arsenal. And the reason being, okay, hey, Arsenal Brigade, how do you like him now? Just saying, that's all.
Mike Harniman, you wanted to jump in on Arsenal QPR because there were chances for QPR.
Yeah, QPR had a lot of chances, but I think Arsenal, we could easily have had more. You've not actually alluded to the missed penalty yet by Sanchez.
There's that too.
I'm not sure, like,
it was a very good
what
save,
he was doing, because the penalty itself was extremely poor. And Cazorla would have been given that at the start of the season. It would have been, if he's on the pitch, you were taking the penalty if Arteta's not there. So for Sanchez to step up and take the penalty, don't know what he was doing. It was probably one of the worst penalties that he could have taken as well. Although that was probably helped by his international teammate telling Rob Green which way to dive, which will obviously help us anyway. But I think the result itself was just great that we actually managed to hold on, because so many times this season you'd have seen us concede. Even the Liverpool game a couple of weeks ago. It's happened on a number of different occasions, so I'm actually so pleased that we managed to hold out for all 3 points.
I totally hear that. Totally hear that. At least you didn't get like unwanted milestones of like, oh yeah, they keep losing leads, they keep throwing them away. I mean, some people during the week have had unwanted milestones, and Gareth Barry is one of them, because Gareth Barry actually reached a milestone during the defeat against Stoke at Goodison. He's now got 100 yellow cards. Behind him, Lee Bowyer with 99, Kevin Davis with 99, Paul Scholes with 97, Scott Parker with 92, and Philip Neville has 82 in the all-time Premier League bookings. So some people don't want those sort of stats. Some people don't want those sort of stats. And John Joe Shelby causing Liverpool a bit of trouble. Who are you waving to? I just see you waving out of nowhere.
I know that's for you. There you go. My friend, she's happened to work. She actually got you. There you go.
Good evening. What's the name again?
I know.
Good evening, I know. And good evening to all the YouTubers as well. Of course. She wanted me to wave. That's very sweet.
Well, she asked me to wave. Never mind. Joke.
Look at that. A couple right on the struck one.
But going on to your point about John Joe Shelby, yeah, he's looked good in this one.
Yeah.
He looked good in this one.
But he looked good in this. He looked good in this result at the Liberty last year in that crazy one where I think it was what he scored twice. Moses scored a couple. That was crazy.
So 40 minutes gone. It's Liverpool 1, Swansea 0. Adam Lallana, the difference maker in this one. So
it's Moreno. What? It's Moreno.
Moreno was Moreno. That's cool.
So it's Moreno. Yeah.
I thought. Let me just double check if I will.
Let me double check.
You know. Yeah, it wasn't
baby. Let me double check the scorers on live updates.
See, no.
This is Pitch Talk.
Right now, after that, I'm going to retract my previous update. Okay, because otherwise it leads to more of this. Yeah, I'm just saying. Good evening to Wayne Schumann.
This is Monday night. I need to dye my hair silver.
Oh my goodness.
I have nothing more to say. It's not often that I'm like that, but I have nothing more to say.
He's like that all the time. Gentlemen, I'm telling you, it's all about that Lucozade.
Hey, there ain't not. Hey, the Lucozade is laced with nothing but Lucozade. I thought you were going that way with it. We're going that way. Speaking of going that way, let's go to our next set of results. Fast forwarding from Boxing Day, we're going to fast forward right to Sunday, 28th of December, 2014. We were doing live updates on 4 of these matches. But we're going to start top. Actually, no, this result's yours, actually.
No, I'll let you continue where you were.
All right, Tottenham 0, Man United 0.
And that's all I have to say about that. No. Manchester United, for me, had better chances. Could have, would have, should have taken all 3 points. But I think, this is what happens when you play the game so close together. But overall, it was a good result. The team didn't lose.
Yeah, but you lot had the chance to win, especially first half.
No, I'm not saying we didn't. First half, flying out the blocks, had great chances, but proper get in front of goals. That's how it was.
I was expecting you lot to beat Tottenham and all that.
So was I. But having said that, sometimes this is how it goes. Sometimes, I think when you look at the effort that was put forth in that first half, especially when you think there was such a tremendous effort against Newcastle as well, it's going to be difficult to put those kinds of effort in back to back in such a short space of time.
True.
That needs to be said. But having done that, it's just a matter of look. Sometimes you need to give that little bit more to get that little bit more. It's as simple as that.
Well, in terms of effort, we're gonna stay with the Manchester teams in terms of effort, because Man City 2, Burnley 2 was absolutely mad. You want to talk effort? Wow. David Silva opened the scoring on 23 minutes. Lovely goal on the turn.
It must be said. 2 games or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Or 2 bounce in the league anyway.
But the goal, I mean, one of those pick them out goals. It was a case of Fernandinho on 33 minutes. It was that bomb. Oh my god!
Oh gosh!
It was a great finish, smacking in off the crossbar. That he had time to stop, control, pick his spot, and he picked it beautifully. What was it? Fernandinho's first shot on target this season, and that's the result.
Yeah.
That was because Mama says it be that way sometimes, but in the words of Sid Vicious. But anyway, it's one of them. Was fact of the matter is, Man City went 2-0 up, and it looked like they were cruising. Apart from a couple little touchy opportunities. And thank God for that. There we go. Almost half-time.
Thank God it's Monday.
Yeah. But George Boyd scored on 47 minutes and Barnes scored on 81. And you know what? Barnes is finished. Emphatic, with aplomb. And you know what? Burnley held out for the point. So that ties directly back into Southampton 1, Chelsea 1. The drawback to this goal as well, 17 minutes. Mane scored on 17 minutes. Now, the funny thing with Mane scoring on 17 minutes, he did exactly the same. If you noticed, he scored on 17 minutes against Chelsea, and he did exactly the same thing against Crystal Palace and
Felipe Coutinho.
Unlucky.
Brilliant effort.
Unlucky.
Just gonna watch the replay just for a
that
second.
one again there, baby. I want to see that one again. A lovely run.
And I tell you what, that ball.
Swerved. Yeah, Fabianski was taking no chances. Looked like he got punched in the face. Corner
to Liverpool. 45 minutes gone. We're heading
Right
into some
on the
injury
stroke.
time.
Right on the stroke. It's one of them was
Into the minute of injury time as well. Go.
Yeah, Southampton 1, Chelsea 1. Mane scoring again on the 17th minute. Eden Hazard in first half stoppage time. What a goal. Just jinked his way. And it's like, yeah. When I saw that goal, it was like, yeah. No, you got to clap it because that's lovely. That was just a superb goal. Taking the game by the scruff of the neck.
You know how a lot of commentators want to talk about, and I say commentators, I don't mean people at the game that commentate on the games, like how I'm commentating on Liverpool 1, Swansea 0. Liverpool have another corner deep into injury time of the first half. I'm talking about people that watch football and generally just make comments, right?
And there's a lot of smack talkers.
If you want to talk about one of the best young talents in football in the world right now, there is no way that you can't mention, in terms of outfield players, Eden Hazard. This guy has been in absolute white-hot form. Yeah. His transformation, as a football player, under Jose Mourinho, reminds me of what he happened to do with the likes of a Joe Cole.
Yeah,
he is now functional in that system. He is not just a multi-trick pony. He doesn't just attack, he can defend. He contributes to the team. He knows when to take a play on, he knows when to pass the ball, and you know what? He also knows how to score goals, and he scores goals like that.
And Moreno knows how to score goals as well.
Liverpool 1, Swansea City 0. Moreno with the only goal of the game so far after 33 minutes. Did anyone have a halftime prediction of 1-0 to Liverpool? I think no.
Well, I think it might.
I think not. I think not.
But Liverpool's last game of 2014 going to plan at the moment. Just like this is our last show of 2014.
Going to plan at the moment.
Yeah. Morgan Schneiderlin was sent off on 88 minutes. Didn't make too much of a difference in the end, but you knew he was going off. Soon it was like, no. Right. It was like, no, you're going.
Nah.
Schneiderlin, goodbye. Well, that was, you knew he was going off. But Aston Villa 0, Sunderland 0. And I said with Man City Burnley, that kind of ties into that because Man City could not capitalize and punish Southampton's holding of Chelsea. So it's one of them ones. Chelsea got lucky. Got a bit lucky there. Speaking of unlucky, Aston Villa 0, Sunderland 0. Fabian Delph got sent off on 49 minutes. When you see this in real time, it's like, oh, that looks a bit harsh. But when you see the replay and you see how Delph caught Jordi Gomez, it's like, ooh. It's like, ooh, now that's a deserved sending off. The way his ankle contorted was like, oh. And by the way, we are deliberately not mentioning what Jose Mourinho said because that guy's lost his mind. There's a reason why we didn't mention that because it'll get my blood pressure up. But the fact of the matter is,
and it's high enough already.
But the fact of the matter is, Cesc Fabregas shouldn't have been booked. I will say that because it wasn't a dive, it was a foul. But that's what Mourinho gets for coming out and talking smack. My team are not divers, so now you automatically make it instead of excelling at the art of deflection like you usually do, Jose. It's a case of like you've gotten refs to be even more to scrutinize your players even more. And even though Fabregas didn't dive, you've planted the seed.
Fabian is not impressed.
You've planted the seed that your players are trying to do that and you're trying to just deflect attention. So well done, Jose Mourinho. Your comments backfired. -5 stars in terms of your comments about my players are not divers. There's a conspiracy against Chelsea. Listen, Jose, your public persona needs to shut up and move on because I blogged about this last season. Mourinho, I think it was Mourinho, Cundy, and the non-existent anti-Chelsea media conspiracy.
That's what it was.
And it's one of them ones. There is no conspiracy against Chelsea. And if there is, you created it. So life sucks and then you die. But anyway, let's move on because Hull City 0, Leicester 1. Mahrez scoring on 32 minutes, the only goal of the game. Paul Konchesky got booked. And it was like, okay, yeah, could see why. The second booking he got was just stupid. It was like, oh my God, you could have got straight red for that one. Quinn was also sent off as well. So it was one of them. As soon as you saw Quinn, Quinn's tag was like, yeah, he's going off. So he's going off. You know, one of them was where it's just like, nah, you know what the refs kind of do straight away. It is one of them ones. And yeah, as Mike Harniman has said, Mahrez's goal was pretty nice. QPR nil, Crystal Palace nil. Chances galore in this. I think Punchin actually hit the post. But it was one of them was chances galore in this. There should have actually been a penalty. Joey Barton actually should have given away a penalty in that game, but it wasn't given on Fraser Campbell. Don't know why, because he sent Campbell flying and got none of the ball. Air shot on the ball, and it was like, well, don't know how that thing get given. But Clint Hill, he was booked, but he was lucky not to go off. I mean, if he had made contact, that's a leg breaker. I would have sent him off just to make a point, to be perfectly frank. Clint Hill was very, very lucky. Stoke 2, West Brom 0. Juve scored on 51 minutes and scored again on 66 minutes. But the one on 66 minutes was mockage because he tried to jump out of the way and it deflects off him and goes in. And as I think it was Steve Wilson, who's a commentator, said, when your luck's out, it really is out. And that was what happened with Alan Irvine's West Brom. I'm hoping Alan Irvine doesn't get sacked because the fact of the matter is, with Alan Irvine, yeah, he is under pressure, but who isn't? But the fact of the matter is, you can see the players are still playing for him. And West Brom were unlucky not to get something from that Stoke match. I said, when your luck's out, it's out. And the fact of the matter is, there are too many encouraging knee-jerk reactions, including the parasitic media. Saw something in terms of, I think it was on Yahoo, I saw something actually related to that as well. And it's like, once again, the parasitic media just encouraging people to get rid of managers. It's not on. But West Ham 1, Arsenal 2. Now, this game was another one that we were doing live updates on, and this game was mental. It was end-to-end frenetic stuff, but Santi Cazorla scored a penalty on 41 minutes. And 2 minutes later, 43 minutes technically, Welbeck scored as well, a tap-in.
That guy Welbs.
Or Wele, as some are calling him. But Kouyaté scored on 54 minutes, and it's set up for a kind of grandstand finish, which it was. Because, oh my God, West Ham's last chance. It was like, oh my God, is it going in? Oh, it's just over. It was absolutely nuts. Because Alex Song had a legitimate goal disallowed. But the thing is, I can see why that goal was disallowed. Because obviously, with the way the rule is, if you're interfering with play, if you're in the keeper's line of vision, you're interfering, even if you're not moving towards it. But we see a lot of those goals allowed. So I can understand Big Sam's grievances with that. I can understand Alex Song having a grievance with it. But at the end of the day, this is why the offside rule needs to be simplified. It really does. It needs to be simplified again because there are too many little loopholes. And anytime you've got a rule or a law that's open to interpretation, there's gray. You're just creating gray area. But with
I'm asking one question.
Yeah.
What was actually wrong with the old rule? It's like you're either
Nothing.
offside or you're not.
Yeah.
Like, it was brilliant.
Do you know what was wrong with it? Ruud van Nistelrooy. He was the one who kind of bugged it up, really. No, come on. Whenever free kicks were taken, he'd stand in an offside position, and then just as it's taken, step back onside, giving him an automatic kind of advantage on the back line.
Yeah, but he's onside.
But he was
onside.
I blame Ruud van Nistelrooy for ruining the offside.
I blame everybody else for not thinking how Ruud was thinking.
No, shut up. It's the Man United fan in you, I suppose.
That's all I'm saying. I'm blaming everybody else for not being on Ruud's level. Ruud, you absolute legend.
I will poke you with your own Red Devil pitchfork in a minute. Anyway, no, leave it outside. But you know what? Arsenal were clinical against the run of play. 2 shots on target, 2 minutes, 2 goals. 2 was the magic number for Arsenal against West Ham. But it's one of them was. It was an interesting. It was an interesting one. Mike Harniman, you want to jump in on West Ham Arsenal?
Yeah, I've got a view, first of all, about the offside goal by Alex Song. I think what they were saying was Andy Carroll was the player that was actually offside, but the goal wasn't disallowed because of him. It was given because Sakho was offside.
Well, there were two of them. You could have picked it against either.
Play.
But the thing is, you could have picked it. You could have picked it like from either one of them who was offside. but it's another.
But
This is
Andy Carroll
this
was
is the grey area
Sacco,
of the rule.
I don't think was. I think Sacco was trying to get back on side.
Yeah, but the fact is, if someone's offside, they're offside. But this is where the rule has that confusion because there's no hard and fast definition of being active and being passive,
Right,
or
because
interfering
I'm
with
like
player
this.
not interfering. That's where the
I
discrepancy is.
use the legendary Brian Clough's interpretation.
If you're on the pitch, you're interfering.
Thank you.
Yeah, but then that's why the rule is there are so many grey areas because it's not stipulated. It's one of them ones. It's like you're interfering, you're not interfering, but like if you're anywhere on the pitch, you're trying to interfere. So it's very weird. It's very, very strange.
But on the actual game itself, like I said previously, regarding the QPR result, I think it's another game where a couple of weeks ago we wouldn't have actually got anything out of that. We would have conceded probably an equaliser or possibly even another 2 goals in that game because the way we've been playing of late, we haven't really been defending as well as we could have done. But bringing back Koscielny was a massive help.
Yeah, you could see it. You could see it. Mertesacker had you could see he looked a lot more comfortable with Koscielny alongside him because obviously if you ain't got pace, you need someone beside you who has got pace. No matter what level you play at, you need that. One press, one hold, or one sweeps. It always makes it
Get
easy.
a broom.
And having Coquelin alongside Flamini as well. When you're trying to defend for like a 2-1 or a 1-0, like an edge out a win, to have those two sort of sitting midfielders works wonders.
Do you know what
really did work for us?
Do you know what was funny though? I love the fact in a certain Facebook group there were certain people going, "Oh, Flamini and Coquelin in the middle for Arsenal. Oh, this could be banter," and it's like, okay, whatever. I just looked at that kind of comment and thought, yeah, whatever. I'm just thinking, you know when you see a comment and you just think, you just all you can when you it was just one of them ones. I saw that comment and all I could think of was
-5 stars.
That's all I could think because it was such a stupid comment. You know, people who don't even let people have a chance before mocking them. It's like this could be banter. What do you mean banter? Well, it could be awful. It could be funny. It could be. You got to nail that down. Some people use the word banter in completely the wrong way.
Yeah, but it's bants though, isn't it?
Because I saw. Because I also saw
bants,
when
it's all banter though.
No, but I saw when Arsenal went 2-1 up. So someone in that same group was like, oh, I think it was the same person actually who said the Flamini Coquelin thing. It was that. So it was one of them. Was it's like, oh, it's like, oh, look, the Arsenal West Ham current score. Oh, what? No, that's it. There's banter at Upton Park with the current score, and it's like you clearly don't know the meaning of the word banter. How can you have banter? How can you have a scoreline is a scoreline is banter? No, the banter comes from the scoreline. Idiot things. He was like, he did think that.
No.
You know, Ian Kerr is actually right. He's in the Skype chat. Big shout out to Film White Line magazine. That banter is one of the worst words in the English language.
I'm saying
it's
this.
true.
It's
getting that way.
Banter
because people are using it wrongly.
Banter is a perfectly fine word. There is nothing wrong.
No,
with
but
the
it's
word
the
banter.
usage of it. It's like legend. It's like legend.
Wait for it. Dairy.
Yeah. Dairy Queen. Anyway, no, what Dairy Queen? Where's Jim Cornette? Goddamn. But for me, the fact of the matter is, certain words are used way too much, and then they're used out of context, and then they get used to justify utter stupidity. That's what I don't like. But anyway, without going on a rant about the word banter and the way it's used. Fact of the matter is, West Ham 1, Arsenal 2 was a very interesting game to watch. Speaking of interesting, the next game is Newcastle v Everton. And that was an interesting game to watch as well. For the pure fact, it ended Newcastle 3, Everton 2. Good point. A rant about banter is called ranter. I like that. Wayne Schumann,
It's all ranter, innit? It's
you wanted to jump in on West Ham Arsenal.
Yeah, just a song goal, really. I mean, when I first saw that, I thought there was absolutely nothing wrong with that goal. I thought, I was sitting there thinking, why did he disallowed that? There was nothing wrong with it. Then, when they were talking about it on Match of the Day, I actually think that the linesman gave it Carroll being offside. Because that's the only thing I can think of that was wrong with that goal. As I said, to me, personally, I think we was very lucky that goal didn't, that goal was disallowed. But as for the performance, I thought we defended much better, and I agree with Mike. Shelby coming back has helped us ahead of the last 2 games. You can see Mertesacker has been a bit better, and Koscielny being back in that defence has really, really helped us. But 2-1 at West Ham, 2-1 against QPR, 2 good results, especially away from home, because we haven't been that great away from home this season so far. So getting a 2-1 win there, that was a good result for us.
No, definitely, and it was a good result, of course, and it was siege mentality at the end. It's just like, you know what, hang back. Second half's on the way at Anfield. Liverpool won, Swansea 0. I had to get that one. But that Alex Song goal, I would have let that stand personally. I would have let it stand. That was the thing. I mean, from that volley was from. That volley was from so far out, and yeah, there were bodies in the way of Wojciech Szczesny when that went in. But the fact of the matter is, that, again, this is where the discrepancy in the rule comes from. The rule needs better clarification, because that's what's causing the problem. The lack of clarification, the muddied waters, if you will, in terms of the offside rule. Boil it down, make it simple. The simpler you make something, the easier it is to say, right, this is this is that.
So your solution is turn it into a stew.
This is hot, this is cold.
They said there was bodies in the way, but there was 3 Arsenal players also in the way of Szczesny.
Yeah.
So we had our own players in the way as well. So I'm thinking, okay, if there's West Ham players in front of them, that's kind of harsh, because you've got 3 of our players in front of them as well. That's why the only thing I can think of is Carroll being offside, because to me, there's nothing wrong with that goal. That goal should have stood, and we were very lucky with that, but sometimes in football you need a bit of luck.
No, definitely. And West Brom could use some luck at the moment. So yeah, in football you definitely need a bit of luck. Let's go on to Newcastle 3, Everton 2, before we go into our Thin White Line magazine sponsored, provided A-League roundup. You know what? It is one of them ones where Newcastle 3, Everton 2, Kone scoring on 5 minutes. Nice finish as well, giving Everton the perfect start. But Papi Cisse on 34 minutes scored. Very good goal. Did very well to keep that swiveling volley down. Swiveled his hips well. Has he been on Strictly? Swiveling them hips. But anyway.
Either that or he's watching some old school Ainsley Harriott.
I thought you can.
Ainsley was a dancer in the kitchen, I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's a good way. Boy. That boy. No, it was one of them ones where either that or he was watching Scott Steiner from the early 90s popping his hips during the suplexes, during the numerous suplexes. But yeah, Papi Cisse on 34 minutes scored, but he shouldn't have been on the pitch. That elbow on Seamus Coleman, which the officials missed, that elbow on Seamus Coleman, he shouldn't have been on the pitch. But a bit of breaking news from earlier today. Papi Cisse has actually been charged with violent conduct by the FA, and I'm glad he's been charged because the officials missed it. So retrospective punishment, there it is. But it was one of them. Was Newcastle United striker Papi Cisse has been charged with violent conduct by the Football Association. He has until 6 p.m. on Tuesday. That's Tuesday, 30th of December 2014, to respond to the charge. If proven, Cisse faces a 3-match ban. Now, Newcastle may lose one of their most prolific strikers, and if reports are to be believed, they may be losing their manager too. But we'll come back into that because that's an interesting one. But But the fact of the matter is the other goals in that game. Jose Perez scoring on 51 minutes. Jack Colback scoring his first Newcastle goal on 68 minutes. Now, Kevin Morales' goal as well on 84 minutes. Not bad, not bad. Gave Everton hope.
He needs a new pair of shorts.
What happened to his shorts
I
there?
have no idea.
I'm seeing they're either muddied or ripped.
But this could get X-rated real fast.
I'm hoping muddied rather than ripped. Some serious cloth touching.
They're soiled.
Why are we seeing his underpants?
No, they're ripped.
Routledge, put it away. Put them away. Put that wire fronts away. So one of them was joke strap. Yeah, anyway.
And Gary Monk was seeing the funny side of that.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, you have to. So
Move for money! But
no. No. See, no, Bonnie. No. He's not. Good header. Mignolet with a standard save. You'd expect even Simon Mignolet to make that. But yeah, Newcastle Everton ended 3-2, and it was nuts. We were there again, another match that we were doing updates on, and it was mad because as I said, I mean, there were a couple of really sloppy Everton mistakes leading to a couple of the goals. I think it was Colback's goal where Ross Barkley made a terrible mistake. And it's like, dude, why are you trying to take a touch there? That should be going straight out. Colback in, boom, done. And hey, it was one of them. Oh, Mike's funny. Jesse Fizzle should be scoring there. What have I always taught you? You always aim it to the sides, not straight at the keeper. Oh my God, that's quality. But it is one of them was Newcastle 3, Everton 2 is how it ended. Now we have a question. And that question is, Ian Kerr of Thin White Line magazine, are you with us?
I am with you. Yeah. I am here. Over the oceans.
Kevin Lisby makes it 2-0 to Leyton Orient. That's Leyton Orient 2, Yeovil 0. Thanks to Mr. Ross Vernon, aka @_sports cover rage on Twitter. And good evening to Miss Lydia Looney as well. Hi, Lily.
Hey, Anna, what's up? As well. No, you got to give a shout out to your friends, man. Of course, man. Of course. You know what? Yeah. Wait, I think something might have gone down. Wait, I think something may have gone down because it's 2-0 Liverpool. Fantastic stuff. And now it's 2-1.
Wow.
So 51 minutes gone,
and it's that guy Gylfi Sigurdsson.
Gylfi Sigurdsson. And the funny thing is that Mike's funny. You're missing the goals. Do you know how hard it is to run a live show and keep tabs on something? I don't think people realize that. But anyway, it's one of them story. Yeah. We have Ian Kerr in the house. So Ian, would you like us to queue up? Would you like us to queue it up?
And I just want to point out, right? Even on the BBC Sport website, they're still showing 2-0.
Yeah. Nah, exactly. You know what? Ian Kerr, it is.
And it was Lallana that scored, by the way. Lallana scored after 51 minutes.
There we go. You know what? It is about that time for Mr. Ian Kerr to join us. So let's go into. Oh, you didn't know? Ian Kerr's going to tell you about A-League football.
Oh, duet this week. I'm touched.
Wait, not in the Jimmy Savile, Rolf Harris way, I hope. Because that's just wrong. No, Ian said he's touched. Rolf was Australian. I'm making connections that are not there. Kurt Borrado strike on. Ian, what's going on in A-League football this week?
Yeah, I think you should have started with that.
I thought you were going to ask me to sing the Two Little Boys song for a moment.
Ian, where's the didgeridoo at? No, I'm kidding. No, didgeridoo don't.
Will you stop?
It's the last show of 2014. We're going to have some fun with it. Ian, what's going on in A-League football? And how was your Christmas, by the way?
Oh, I spent most of it laughing at my own jokes, much like
I do.
I wasn't going to say it. Lovely Christmas. Ate far too much. Was in some sort of a coma in the afternoon, but I'm sure I'm not the only person who's in that situation. No A-League games on Christmas Day. There was an A-League. I made the mistake. In Australia, we have the worst matches on Boxing Day. Just the worst. I've lost an hour of my life because I missed the first half an hour, thankfully, of Sydney FC versus Adelaide United. My goodness, how dreary. However, let's just quickly run through what's happening. There are a couple of matches on Boxing Day. Melbourne City drew 1-1 with league leaders Perth Glory. Sydney FC lost to Adelaide United 3-0. Sydney FC's season is starting to unravel a little bit. We'll get to that in a moment. There was an exciting 3-3 draw on Saturday, followed for Central Coast and Brisbane Roar. And then Melbourne Victory pulled one out of the hat against Newcastle Jets. And Wellington Phoenix beat Western Sydney 1-0. Now, let's start with Western Sydney. They got beaten 1-0 by Wellington Phoenix. Phoenix, not a bad team this year. Not brilliant, but not bad. Western Sydney Wanderers, bottom of the ladder. Rock bottom. They're worse than even Newcastle Jets at the moment. So what? I hear the collective ether say. Well, Crystal Palace looking for a new manager, aren't they? Now, I know that they've supposedly in talks with old, what's his name from Newcastle, whose name eludes me at the moment. What is his name?
Well, Alan Pardew.
That's the guy. I thought you were going to say Alan Partridge.
Oh!
Nice to coach you, nice. Okay.
I thought that was Bruce Forsyth.
Oh, no, that was Bruce. No, that's... No, it was knowing me. No, never mind.
Hey, Ian. You know, most people in the Skype chat or like listening via YouTube would not have had a clue what we were just talking about.
Look, I could just go through the match reports, but that's dull. It's dull. I want to make this interesting for people because interesting things happen in sport. And anyway, so who's the coach of Western Sydney Wanderers? It's Tony Popovich, and your alert listeners will know that Popovich played a few seasons for Crystal Palace about in the early 2000s and was indeed assistant manager there for a while. And there was talk of him taking on a permanent role there either as manager or assistant manager a few years ago, but instead he took the job at Western Sydney Wanderers. Now, yesterday, Australian time, the owners of Western Sydney Wanderers have officially given Popovich permission to talk with Crystal Palace. But nobody realistically thinks he's going to get the job because Popovich is an autocrat. It's his way or the highway. Ooh. And how do you think that's going to go down with pampered millionaire footballers in the English Premier League? I think it'll go down fine. I think they would love it. They're just spoiled little children that need someone in their life to say no. That's what they need. Have any of you read The Outsiders by S.E. Hinton? No? Oh, never mind.
I did it in secondary. I read that in secondary school. There was also the film as well, which wasn't too bad.
The out-of-control kids never had a strong father figure in their lives. That was the moral of the story. And so that's what these millionaires need. They need Tony Popovich, but it's not going to work. Let's be brutally frank. Besides, Popovich has coached the team to win the Asian Champions League. They finished top of the table for the last 2 seasons. They are bottom at the moment, and they're having a lot of problem with their players. There's a lot of dressing room unrest. I love that phrase, dressing room unrest. I mean, who rests in the dressing room? I'm going into the dressing room for a little nap. No, you can't, because there's dressing room unrest. So...
Oh my goodness!
It's just dressing room unrest. Just think about. Let's extend that a little bit because we're talking about whose shorts were we talking about before? I mean, if somebody walks in with dodgy shorts, there'd be unrest in the dressing room. Then and it also conjures up images of their dressing rooms in department stores and menswear stores and places like that. If there's unrest in the dressing room, well then questions need to be asked. Oh dear. Anyway, so there you go. There's a little bit of gossip from the A-League. What else can I share with you? Well, look, it's the end of the year, and we're all getting a bit silly. Well, I say getting.
We're already there.
Because clearly you arrived there a lot longer before the rest of us. But hey, Pitch Talk leads where the others just follow. So I thought, well, how about I give you guys a quick guide to the 10 teams of the A-League, and that way people could pick a team to follow in the A-League, because, I can read out the results, and I can talk about Tony Popovich, and I can rant and rave about this stuff. Remember, rant is just banter with a B. No, hang on. It's a... Oh, never mind. I can go on about this stuff, and if you haven't got any skin in the game, you haven't got any interest in it, well, it's like people talking about architecture, isn't it? Anyway, bear with me. That's not a very good metaphor. So I thought, well, quickly, I'll give everybody a rough guide for each of the teams. And so by the end of the show, you'll have all picked an A-League team to follow. So next time I come on and do the A-League wrap, you'll be able to see how your team went.
Oh, you're gonna do an A-League rap. Yeah. I'm waiting for the rapping now, and I'm not talking about rapping paper.
I've said it before. I'll say it again. Rap has a missing C in it. And I don't mean Rapka. Okay?
Rapka is on. So that was everybody. It conjures up images of Thomas Repko, who used to play for West Ham.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, those ones. You were talking about dressing room unrest and the whole thing with shorts. So the question has to be asked.
Crazy chick.
Who wears short shorts? We wear short
Your Monday Night Footballing fix, ladies and gentlemen. After 61 minutes, it's still Liverpool 2, Swansea 1. Oh, goodness. And the graciousness.
The question had to be asked, who wears short shorts? We wear shorts. I assure you, we don't plan this stuff. It's like spontaneous combustion. You never know when it's going to happen or where. It just happens.
What a goal!
Yeah, it's free. And Lallana scores again. Wait. You know what?
Absolute golazo.
You know what? With Lallana scoring again, the music does have to be played, because on 61 minutes, Lallana scores, makes it 3-1 to Liverpool. So we gotta do it, man. Because I'm happy. I'm in the PT studio, live on YouTube.
That's the goal eventually of the week on the podcast. Right there. Goal of the
I love it. I want to see it again, baby. What a finish by Lallana. What a finish. It's now 3-1 to Liverpool. Looks like we will see this out for all. 3 points important in the league, on the way to try and challenge for 4th place in the Premier League to get Champions League football again next season for the Red Men. They call Liverpool. Oh, yes, with a live bird upon my chest. I love that. That's the score I love the best. 3-1 to Liverpool. That's what I love the best, with the live bird upon my chest. Oh, yes, it's fantastic. Oh, yes, it's fantastic. Woo! I like it. But you know what, yeah?
I like how you went all flair at the end. That was brilliant.
Woo! I said, no scripts. Don't ask where that came from, because it came from nowhere. It came to, like an RKO or a diamond cutter. It came out of nowhere. But you know what, yeah? We'd have to say, Mr. Ian Kerr, where can we find all the information about Thin White Line magazine, the issues, and of course, if people have heard the roundup, buy the shirt. Heard the roundup, buy the shirt. So on them ones, where can we find all of the information?
On the internet. What do you reckon?
On the interwebs, ladies and gentlemen.
On the internet somewhere.
Sounds like I'm getting the wind up here. All right. Well, look, I can take a hint. I won't take it personally. Work all week, prepare and stuff, and they say, Ian, that's it, you're off. What? That's right. I can. No. Next time I'm on, we'll talk about the different teams, so we can help give people a guide as to which team they should be following in Australia. Don't worry, we'll do it next time. Because honestly, this show should just be all about Liam singing and freestyling about Liverpool. Because of all the Monday night shows that involve a guy freestyling about Liverpool, this is the best one. All right.
Oh, if I could turn red, I probably would.
Okay. I do like short shorts, by the way. So, what can you do? Where can you find Thin White Line? Find us online, thinwhitelinemagazine.com. Go to our website. You can buy our magazines. We've still got a T-shirt left, maybe 2. I've sold out a few things in the last week, so if you didn't get in last week, sorry, too late. Thinwhitelinemagazine.com. You can follow us on Twitter @tweetwhiteline. Our tweets are fabulous. They're like little diamonds of truth dropping from the tongue of the gods. Tweet White Line. Follow us, like us on that thing, the Facebook thing that people talk about. That's Thin White Line Magazine. We're on Instagram, probably just Thin White Line. We have got no standard happening here because that's the kind of craziness we embrace at Thin White Line Magazine. You can go online, buy a magazine, and support starving writers. What else can you do? Just send us messages and ask us questions. We love it. We just love hearing from people. So there you go.
See, that's how.
Have we got time to take questions from the floor, or am you guys about to hang up on me?
If any of the Skypers have got a question for Ian Kerr or Thin White Line, please let us know in the Skype chat. And we'll get those questions asked. It's one of them ones.
I've got a guy here called DJ Harney.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you mispronounce that, it's DJ Heine. Anyway.
There's another word you could do that, but yeah. There is a question.
I don't understand the question though. Who do I start on FM? Oh, FM. Oh,
on Football Manager, yeah. Oh no, on Football Manager.
Oh jeez. Oh, you want to do an Australian League save? In other words, start with a crap team. a poor team, and build them up. It depends what day of the week it is, but usually if you pick a team like Newcastle Jets are pretty low at the moment. They're doing badly. They haven't got a great team. Newcastle Jets, good place to start.
Good shout.
Have been good in the past, not great at the moment. There you go.
Very, very good shout. You know what? From the comedic, excuse me, from the comedic to the more serious. We were asked actually by Dave Mear, aka at Mearsey on Twitter, who blogs for us, to mention about former Leeds United chairman Leslie Silver, who has actually passed away. Former Leeds United chairman Leslie Silver has died. This is literally from about 6:30 tonight, December 29th, 2014. Mr. Silver was in charge of the club when they won the league in 1992. The club's official Twitter account tweeted a message saying, "We are extremely saddened to learn of the passing away of former chairman Leslie Silver today. Our thoughts are with his family and friends. He joined the board of Leeds in 1981, becoming chairman in 1983, a post he held until 1996. During his time as chairman of Leeds United, the club won promotion from the second division to the first division, now known as the Premier League, and won the top flight league title in 1992. As well as being the club's chairman, he served as Chancellor of Leeds Beckett University. A building on the campus is named after him." So you know what, we did want to mention that because, of course, we have the fun, but we can get serious as a heart attack when we need to. So it's one of them ones.
Yeah, thoughts and prayers with the family.
Exactly. Thoughts and prayers with the family of Leslie Silver, former Leeds chairman at this particular time. You know what? As Liverpool press for a fourth goal, I haven't got it yet, but it's one of them ones. But you know what? Let's roll on because time is pressing on. So it is time for us to roll into the very next segment of the show, which is
Gentlemen, Talking Points.
I have to say it's 4-1.
Yeah.
And you like the way.
Yeah. I like the way.
You like the way. You like the way.
That
you like the
Liverpool
way.
do that
You
thing.
like the way the red men. You like the way, you like the way, you like the way.
That's pretty much gone straight in.
You
It
like
looks
the
like.
way, you like the way. Oh, go.
John Joe Shelby trying to John Joe Shelby.
You like the way it's
Nice one, John Joe.
You like the way, you like the way, you like the way.
Remember, John Joe, you're not playing for us
So,
anymore.
Let's go.
Liverpool war for war, not be Swansea. Liverpool at Anfield 4-1 up. We are having fun on your Monday night footballing fix. We have some interesting stories, cause this is Pitch Talk. Yes, let's go into
I like the way.
some general talking points.
I like the way.
With the live bird on my chest. So, well, Lemons, you know what? Let's go into a couple of done deals. Ida Gudjonsen, Bolton Wanderers have signed Ida Gudjonsen until the end of the season, 14 years after he left the club. Gudjonsen spent 2 years at Bolton between 98 and 2000 before moving to Chelsea and then Barcelona. The Iceland forward, who's 36, had been training with Wanderers following his release by Belgian side Club Brugge. Now, we mentioned that because on December 24th, 2014, it was confirmed that Bolton Wanderers had signed Jaymie Heskey. Yeah, you just right. Yeah, that's a good one. Former England striker Jaymie Heskey has joined Championship side Bolton Wanderers on a short-term contract. The 36-year-old had been training with the club and made an appearance for their under-21 side last Monday. He also scored his first goal for the club on Boxing Day in his debut versus Blackburn Rovers. So, very interesting one there. Him and Ida Gudjonsen played up front with a combined age of what's it? Of 36 plus 36, 62. 72, sorry. That's why I got these.
Thanks, Ryan.
That's why I got these twice in maths at GCSE level. The first one, well, I tried. The second one, I was doing homework during Champions League matches. Kids never do homework during football matches. There's no focus there. No focus. But speaking of misfiring strikers, though, Fernando Torres, Atletico Madrid loan deal for AC Milan striker has happened. It happened on December 29th. It was rubber stamped today. Spain striker Fernando Torres has agreed to return to Atletico Madrid on loan from AC Milan until the end of the 2015-2016 season. Now, we have to track back a little bit because he joined Serie A club AC Milan from Chelsea. But that also got made permanent a couple of days ago, which has facilitated this move, back to Atletico Madrid. So Torres is going back home. And speaking of going back home, Gianfranco Zola, Cagliari. Yeah, he's gone to Cagliari because the ex-West Ham and Watford boss has gone back there as head coach from 24th of December 2014. Gianfranco Zola has been appointed head coach of Serie A club Cagliari. The 48-year-old Italian replaces Zdeněk Zeman, who was sacked last week with the club third bottom of the table. Speaking of managerial sackings, Crystal Palace sacked manager after Southampton defeat. Neil Warnock has become the first Premier League manager to be sacked this season after being dismissed by Crystal Palace. This from December 27th, 2014. The 66-year-old joined the Eagles for a second time in August 2014 following the departure of Tony Pulis. I like that tune, man. That Goldie-looking chain tune, Tony Pulis, is hilarious. The move follows Crystal Palace's 3-1 defeat at home to Southampton on Boxing Day, as we mentioned earlier. Warnock won just 3 of his 16 Premier League games in charge. Now, there are reports going around that Alan Pardew is apparently in talks. Well, Crystal Palace and Newcastle United are trying to settle compensation so that Alan Pardew can make a move to Crystal Palace, which I legitimately don't get. That's actually very confusing. But reports of an agreement between the clubs over a £2 million compensation deal for the 53-year-old are said by one source to be wide of the mark. Apparently, the negotiations are continuing. This is last we heard, and that was at 7:25 this evening. And it's now just gone 9:30. So those negotiations are still going on. Now, you know what? few interesting kind of things to pick up on there. Now with the Heskey Gudjonsen thing, it's a good thing for Bolton because it's experience. Without Gudjonsen, they know what they're getting. With Heskey, a little less so. But it is one of them ones where at least you could say you're bringing in experience, and it gets Bolton's current strikers. It gets them guys to potentially sit under the learning tree, which is always good. And also with Heskey, it is one of them ones where it does actually allow us to do certain things. When I saw the Heskey story, I think it was Big T who actually tweeted at Pitch Talk on Twitter.
3-0 Leighton Orient, 3 Yeovil 0.
He actually tweeted. No, Big T didn't tweet that, but that was Russ. But I was gonna say, it's one of those ones where Big T tweeted like this must be some kind of sick joke or something.
Oh wow!
But Heskey returning to England allows us to play this.
Emil Heskey, the Chuck Norris of football. He got so many talents to easily drop your jaw. The way he dribbles down the sideline and looks likely to score, and then steps over but falls over and just misses the goal. He be the greatest to ever gracious with his two left feet. That's why we watch him like every week. Defenders get weaker than these when he breezes past with ease. Please, but he did. This the Messiah, a true patriot for the country. Yeah, he's taking us higher. Yeah, you don't know what you're messing with. This Heskey kid, he's the best there is. When he fakes a shot and he's to the left, he still misses. Yeah, you don't know what.
I'm sorry, it's one that was the fact that Emil Heskey's back. We had to do that. Now, from the slightly absurd to the slightly more absurd with Crystal Palace sacking Neil Warnock after 16 games. Once again, it's a victory for the short-termist idiots in running and ruining football. Sacking a manager after 16 games, the first thing I thought to myself was, well, at least he got 16 games. If he was managing Leeds United, he wouldn't have got 6. But so when I was up at my auntie's, those were the jokes going round. As Lazar Markovic comes on for the two-time goal scorer, Adam Lallana. Well done, Adam, son. Well done. Nice. I like it. But you know what? The fact of the matter is, if Pardew does go to Crystal Palace, you're jumping from one no-win situation, which you've actually turned around into a win-win situation for yourself, you're jumping into a no-win situation. I wouldn't get that as a move. But if that move still does happen, if Pardew does go to Crystal Palace, the Newcastle fans, if they start complaining, they'll have only themselves to blame, because it was only a month or two ago, if that they were saying that the Pardew out brigade, that Pardew out was just going absolutely crazy, and it was only recent. And I said it was only recently that the Pardew out brigade have completely disappeared because Newcastle went on a run of like 4 wins on the bounce.
Yeah,
but you know what? I said if Pardew leaves, it's the fickle fans who were saying Pardew out just a month ago who are to blame for it.
Yeah. And you know,
fickle fans, swear it is.
The disheartening thing for me, right? I look at this Crystal Palace job now and I'm saying, who would want to touch that with a barge pole? Like, really? Like, you know, you can see that, well, these chairmen ain't loyal.
That's good.
Well, they're not, because let's look at it, right? Neil Warnock was brought back to be the savior. It does so well at the beginning.
Yeah.
You know, we're about what? Just over the halfway point of the season now.
Hits a bad patch, you're fired. It's like, oh, okay.
It's like, well, I mean, the expectations have to be realistic. You know, right about now, is that the quality of, you know, if you're going to go and do a man-for-man comparison, okay, I say, how many of the Crystal Palace players get into the Manchester City team? And Manchester City are the defending league champions. How many of them get into that team? How many of them get on the bench?
Yeah.
How many of them get into the reserves is my question.
Yeah.
right? So if they're not going to be good enough to be getting into that team, then you have to understand that, you know, they're going to be finishing behind that team at this present juncture in time. Now, until Crystal Palace have that kind of major investment of however many hundreds of millions that Manchester City have pumped into the team, I think it's getting close to $1 billion now that the owners have spent since they've been there. You know, they're not realistically going to challenge for that for those kind of places, unless, of course, they happen to grossly overachieve. You know, it's not going to happen. And Neil Warnock was building something. It was starting to come good. It had come good. I mean, you have to look at, you know, the form of Yannick Bolasie just to start. You know, so for me, it's puzzling. Another move that puzzles me personally is the Fernando Torres loan thing. I think there's the term that Alessio Curci goes the other way.
Yeah, and that's that's the only reason why. You know that's the only reason why that AC Milan have taken on Torres permanently to use him as a mate way. Yeah. If I was Torres, I really would feel like the £50 million J bro.
I think that's it. Otherwise, that's so you've made his loan deal permanent from Chelsea.
And then you loan him out to somewhere else just to get in another player.
So it's like, getting a winger. Did you actually want him in the first place? That's my question. As Mario Balotelli
really.
gets ready, not to say why always me, but he's going to come on shortly for Liverpool.
Yeah, hopefully he gets on the score
10 minutes
sheet.
left to play, plus a little bit of injury time here or there, and it's Liverpool 4, Swansea 1.
I mean, what do you reckon on the other deals as well? Heskey, Gudjonsen.
I think Heskey and Gudjonsen are brilliant deals. I think that, you know, especially with a player of Gudjonsen's caliber and ilk, and when you look at what he's won, you know, that experience, especially to the younger players, is invaluable. And don't forget, Ida Gudjonsen knows what Bolton's all about. And hey, I think Raheem Sterling should be sent off for that. He raised his hand and appeared to swipe at the defender there.
Someone twice his size.
He should have been off. He raised his hand. He looked like he was going for a punch.
I actually just about missed that. Yeah, I am actually gonna.
He looked like he was going for a punch or a slap. He raised his hand. Listen, I know we're talking about, you know, retrospective bans and Papis Dembélé. He got one for that elbow. Listen, this is an attempted punch. He should be off. He should get a retrospective.
I might sound like Arsene Wenger here, but I actually didn't see.
No.
Because obviously with.
No. I understand it, but that's what
I'm going to watch this game back in full anyway.
That's what
I always do.
So
if I miss a game, I will watch it back in full. So I'm not one of these J-Bros just relying on highlights of my own team.
You know, incredible. But yeah, no. Going back to the other deals, I think Heskey and Gudjonsen brilliant in terms of bringing in experienced older players who can teach the youngsters.
Never thought I'd hear Heskey and brilliant in the same sentence, unless it's that Heskey time tune, which is brilliant.
No, I do think it is a brilliant opportunity for the young players to, as you say, sit under the learning tree of the likes of Emile Heskey, former England international, by the way. Do want to point that out. And Ida Gudjonsen, who's a former Champions League winner and the League winner as well, as Premier League winner as well, amongst other accomplishments, even I can get my words out. So yeah, I think those are brilliant moves. The one that's questionable for me, Fernando Torres. Honestly, I look at him and I'm hoping, right, that what he can discover is his self-belief, because to me right now, that's what it looks like he's lacking. He's lacking self-belief, and he's lacked self-belief for a few years now. How he looks right now, he looks like his life force has been spent and isn't coming back. That's how he looks to me on the field right now. In terms of Cagliari, Zdeněk Zeman, he's out, and of course Zola's in, Gianfranco Zola. I absolutely love Gianfranco Zola as a manager. I think he's brilliant. You know, I went to watch West Ham with a good friend of mine, Mr. Mark James Lynch. How you doing, sir? When he was manager, and West Ham played some absolutely wonderful football. So if he brings that to Cagliari, and Cagliari are competitive and they fight like how West Ham fought for him while he was there, brilliant decision. Brilliant decision.
You know, we did mention Leeds earlier. There's actually a couple of Leeds links, if you notice, where the Leeds link with Warnock, the Leeds link with Cagliari, Chelino, all that. I just find it interesting. There's always links everywhere. But I mean, Fernando.
Let's all laugh at Leeds.
Oh crap! I was gonna say 110 league appearances, 20 goals is utterly terrible for £50 million. That is
no return on investment at all.
Yeah, exactly. That is
-5 stars.
Or 50
-5 stars.
That it is utterly terrible. Actually, you could say that 20 goals in 110 games is.
Hey, he stuck his leg! He stuck his leg! Hey, he stuck his leg! He stuck his leg!
You could actually say it is that. But for me, I said Zola taking on a Cagliari job. Hopefully he knows what he's doing and can steer that shit. And the Torres thing doesn't surprise me. I mean, I said they're only taking him on as a make weight in a deal, but it's kind of a cruel way. But Ryan, you wanted to jump in on these topics that we've been talking about.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Yeah, shoot. What's your opinion, man?
Well, I think Warnock should have been given a bit more time because, I mean, he's only been there 16 games. Doesn't really give him a chance. He didn't even have any chance in bringing any signings in because the transfer window had closed by the time he signed as manager of Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
And, I mean, as he was an ex-Plymouth Argyle manager, I really do like him, and I thought he would do well.
But see, for me, I mean, you know, I agree with you. I mean, I think he could have done well with Palace, but again, it's a win for the short termists. It's a win for the short termists who are running and ruining the game, unfortunately, because a manager can't affect things long term after 16 games. Essentially, what clubs are doing. And I think they're going the totally the wrong way about it. Most clubs, they're trying to breed and develop long-term success, but using short-term methods to do it, and that's backwards. Yeah. And it's backwards.
Oh well, Warnock, he should definitely give him more time. I mean, he's definitely a quality manager. He's done well with all the teams that he's been with, even the lowest teams. Like the likes of Bury, Plymouth, and I mean, I've always liked them. I mean, he's one of my main managers that I like. But I mean, it's not down to the managers. It's not just down to the managers of the game because he doesn't play the game. It's the players that play. Do they sack the players?
No, of course. No, of course. I mean, it's one of them ones. I mean, a manager can only do so much, but the players have to step between those white lines and do it. But it's one of those
white lines, if you will.
Yeah, I like that. But the fact of the matter is, the blame always goes towards the manager because it's seen as the manager is picking the team. But then the parasitic media, as I like to call them, most of the time they'll blame the manager. But then the parasitic media always look for a scapegoat. They always look for one player to blame or one person to blame, and most of the time it's the manager.
Well, look at this. I mean, some teams have the same team week in, week out, and one week they could lose 3-4-0. Next week they can win 3-4-0. So, I mean, it's the same team. What's the difference? Oh yeah, no tactics.
But I mean, it's see that's the eternal frustration in my view, and a lot of fans do actually fall into that trap and starting to play the blame game. And it's there's no I in team. It's if one player does badly, then the other player should step up and make up the shortfall. Just like if a manager, let's take Alan Irvine for instance. You can see that he's not lost the dressing room.
No,
they're still fighting
he's under
for
a
him.
ridiculous amount of pressure.
Yeah, but there's a
from
lot
the media.
But you look at Stoke. But you look at I think it was West Brom's match against Stoke. Mm-hmm. That was unlucky. I mean, they hit the post a couple times. The second goal by Juve, the second Juve goal. It was like oh my God, that's how you know your luck is just not in. He tries to jump out of the way and ends up deflecting the ball in. What's it, Brown? I mean, Brown Day's first goal was lucky, but it was one of them. The fact of the matter is, sometimes the luck goes against you, and you can really see with West Brom at the moment the luck is going against them, and then the pressure builds. So it's another one, and I love that scoreline. Liverpool 4, Swansea 1. I love that. But we also did have Mike Harniman who wanted to jump in on these points as well before we switch segments. So Mike, yeah,
with the Neil Warnock one, I agree. I think he should be given more time. He's got the January transfer window coming up, so I think you should give him at least until the end of January to see what business he can actually do to bring Crystal Palace forwards for their aim of this season. That's my forward thinking.
Yeah,
that's the way that I'd go with that one.
But the thing is, if Pardew comes in, how long will Pardew get? And they're in
very long at all. And you could see what he was like at Newcastle when the pressure was building, when fans were on his back. He was.
Yeah, but Mike Ashley stuck with him though. He did stick with him. He could have gotten rid.
But I don't think
he was loyal.
I think give Crystal Palace a couple of. I'd give them probably till the end of this season. I think if Pardew's not gotten where they want to be this season, he won't be there next season.
Yeah. No, I could see that. No, I could see that. It is one of them ones where it is a difficult one. It is a difficult one to gauge because in terms of how much time. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. I don't see. I'm hoping you put that at the rights. I don't see him paying us. But anyway, like the job squad, pay me. But that with the Pardew thing, it is a case of how long a certain manager's going to get. That's the thing. So
with Gudjonsen and Heskey, I think that they're two extremely brilliant mates for Bolton. I think they've both got wealth of experience between them, and you can see Heskey's already hit the ground running by scoring on his debut. And I think if both of them could strike up a good partnership, then Bolton could come pretty good this season.
No, I hear that. No, I can see that as well. I mean, experience counts for so much. Experience does count for so much, and you only really get that if you let someone get seasoned, baby. Let someone get seasoned, they get their experience, and then it all goes very, very well. But I mean, Russ Vernon, did you want to jump in on these points that we're talking about as well?
Yes, I did, Liam, and it's particularly about the Heskey Gudjonsen situation with them joining Bolton now. And I must say, I saw the highlight from the Boxing Day game for Bolton, which had a Gudjonsen set up. Emil Heskey, he did slip as he was putting it in Heskey, but I thought the way Gudjonsen composed himself to pick him out, both from the 36 years old, and say, yeah, I'd Gudjonsen saying he's still 36, he's still got the skills and still got the awareness to pick out teammates and set up goals like he has early on in his career, and I thought it was a really good move for them both. With Neil Lennon, I think he can get him playing some decent football there, and with them two experienced players, I think we could have Bolton push up the table. And in the Championship, speaking of the Championship, which I mentioned about Gudjonsen and the Heskey thing, Fulham are now trailing 2-0 with a home to Brighton this evening. Solly March has just scored a second after Adrian Kalunga converted a penalty for Brighton on 60 minutes, and apparently it was a definite penalty on 60 minutes for Brighton's first goal as well in that game.
You know what? I do want to ask this. I do want to ask this as a question. Pardew, coming back to the Pardew Warnock thing, and Gudjonsen Heskey as well. Are these both short-term fixes?
You know, I'm going to answer that first.
And I want Russ to answer as well.
Yeah, but I'm going to answer it first, and then I'll hand it over to all the Skypers, and I'll ask the question on Twitter and all of the socials as well. I think you're right. I think that they are short-term fixes. I think Crystal Palace are looking at what he's done, right? with Newcastle and thinking, well, in the immediate term, he can do something like that for us. You know, but I think that he needs to be given time. If everything that's happened to him at Newcastle shows everything, he needs to be given time. It's as simple as that. Whereas right about now, one of the other trends that you've seen, you know, from the powers that be at Crystal Palace is you're not going to be given that much time. So why would you want to go to that situation? Now, in terms of Gudjonsen and Heskey, of course it's a short-term solution. They're not going to be the long-term solution because, well, look, they're aged strikers. They're very experienced players. They're not going to be able to play every single game. It's as simple as that. And I think Heskey's deal was a short-term one anyway. You know, so that doesn't particularly surprise me that that's a short-termist view. But I think in terms of management, you know, I think that a lot of teams, you know, should look at what Arsenal have done with Arsene Wenger, for example, what Liverpool are currently doing with Brendan Rodgers. You know, have a little patience, try a little patience, if you will, and to see what happens.
Exactly. And you know what? Liverpool 4.
That's why he's so happy right now.
1. The last game of 2014 at Anfield. Liverpool's last game of 2014 has ended. Liverpool 4, Swansea 1. Because it's we the people for
Here's the incident
the
I was
people.
talking about.
And you know what?
You see, his hand goes up.
Yeah. I want to see it again.
His hand
I want to say it again. You raise your hands. It's right in front.
Look, slap. It was a slap.
He pushed him in his head.
He slaps
him in his head. But
he strikes him.
The official seen it and not done anything, so he can't be retrospective.
So this is my thing, right? This is my thing. Okay, this is my thing. What is the point? Okay, of the additional officials in the Champions League, Europa League, internationals, and in this particular case, the linesmen. If they're not gonna do, or should I say, referees' assistants, if they're not gonna do anything about it, I mean, it's right in front of him. Sorry, Big T, but it was literally in front of him.
No, it's true. I can't argue that.
Right? He slaps him. He literally
can't argue that.
He raises his hand towards his face. He makes a connection with his face. If Papis Dembele has been punished.
No, but Cisse's one wasn't seen by the officials.
Yeah, but
that's the difference. But you see where I'm going with
the
this.
The official didn't even react to it. He just stood
a
there
lemon, planted like a tree, watching it. But see, again,
we talk about this week in,
gray
week out. No, it's not about grey areas. This is about the respect campaign, and this is about
the respect campaign's BS anyway.
This is essentially about KPIs. Yeah, right about now. Certain referees, assistants, certain fourth officials, certain additional officials who are paid spectators,
they're failing
on the baseline. You are not doing what you're paid to do. Okay. Now I'll tell you a little story from my own life. Just last week I had a meeting and I was told, listen, these are the areas that you need to improve in. You're not doing this. So you know what I did this week? I bounced back and showed my bounce back ability, and I made sure that I started performing in all of those areas. But right about now, if you're really trying to tell me, okay, that the powers that be cannot look at that in retrospect and not punish him, something is wrong. Because here's the other issue that I have with that. Raheem Sterling, absolutely outrageously talented young player. I have no problem with that. But that does not mean that he is got the right and the privilege that he can get away with things like that. Of course. Not at all. If anything, that needs to be punished in a draconian fashion.
Punished uniformly and in a draconian fashion. Or a draconian manner.
Thank you. Because I felt all over that just a minute ago. But
I am really tempted. I am really tempted to give you
-5 stars.
No, I deserve
for
that.
Watching that one.
No, I deserve that. But yeah, I just think it's absolutely insane that could happen in front of a referee's assistant who's supposed to have just as much input, right? And he just stands there with his flag by his side doing absolutely nothing. What are you there for? What is the point in you co-officiating this game if that's what you're going to do when a flashpoint incident occurs, you know, less than a foot away from you, and you're going to do nothing about it?
Good point.
What is the point?
I don't know what the hell is going on, but I don't like it because it sets.
I don't like it
because it sets a dangerous precedent.
I really don't like it. Full time, it was Liverpool 4, Swansea 1, and yeah.
You know what? Yeah, we wanted to throw out to the Skypers. Pardew and Warnock is one of them was what's it? Yeah. Pardew potentially taking over. Pardew potentially taking over at Crystal Palace, and Gudjonsen / Heskey going to Bolton. Short-term fixes? Are they short-term fixes? Russ Vernon, you wanted to have your view quickly, and Mike Harniman has said, I think Heskey and Gudjonsen are, but Pardew, it all depends on results. If you can keep Palace up, then who knows? But it all depends on their performances and results between now and the end of the season. Russ, what do you reckon before we move on? Oh, okay. We're gonna have to come back to Russ because he's just stepped out. And, you know, Ryan, thank you for joining us as well, and Kieran Riley, welcome back. You know what? It is one of them ones where we are going to go into a quick pause for the cause, as some say. But also, remember our next Pitch Talk Meets interview. We will be sitting down with chairman of Alexandra Park Football Club, the amateur league side, Alexandra Park FC. Their chairman, Mr. Dave McLaughlin. We are going to be sitting down with him. Stay locked for information on how to get your questions in. Keep your eyes out for the advert, which will be coming out soon. Also, remember, in January, we'll be on New Year's Day. We're going to be having another release. Last year, on New Year's Day, our brand spanking new website went live. It's almost a year old now. It's one of them ones that went live. This year, we'll have Pitch Talk Meets Sahel Raymond, the full interview released on New Year's Day. Also, in February, we will be releasing Pitch Talk Meets Girls on the Ball, our interview with Sophie and Rachel as well. You know what? It is one of them ones where we have to take that little pause for the cause, but we'll be back with another segment of the show. We still got a lot more show left to go. But for now, has Liverpool won 4-1 against Swansea in their last game of 2014? This is our last show of 2014, and we're having fun. But we will be right back. We'll be back in just a few minutes. The football talk show that holds back nothing on opinions.
Straight shooting LJA.
Hi, I'm John Sitton.
Grassroots coach Manisha Taylor.
Hello, I'm Rob Torres.
G-Man.
Samira Sonic, Motivate Sports and Fitness.
Christian Carambeu.
Matt Hodgson, director of the 4-year plan.
We the people, for the people. Jersey Fizzle.
Your Monday night footballing fix.
Make sure you join the revolution.
The pitch is where we eat.
The pitch is where we sleep.
And the pitch is where we talk. Each and every Monday night of your lives.
At youtube.com/Pitch Talk.
For podcast links and information, check out our official website, www.pitch-talk.com. Your Monday night footballing fix, Pitch Talk, is brought to you by and in association with.
Facilities are provided for your Monday night footballing fix by In Situ. Create, engage, and inspire by visiting insitu.co.
Simply Exclusive Entertainment. If you need a party or rave film, go to sxemedia.com for more information.
Apparently Rich. Simple yet effective web solutions to help get your company off the ground. Visit apparentlyrich.com for more information. And LJA Productions, the new blood in digital video. If you need a video filmed and or edited, check out ljaproductions.co.uk. LJA Productions, the new blood in digital video, offering video production services such as video editing, video encoding for the web, including YouTube and Vimeo, audio recording, filming of interviews, promos, live events, and much more. Get in touch at www.ljaproductions.co.uk or twitter.com/LJA Productions and let the new blood in digital video promote you. Pitch Talk is brought to you by and in association with
the one-stop shop for all your coaching needs, Motivate Sports and Fitness. Check out motivatesportsandfitness.com for more information.
The new football culture magazine, Thin White Line.
Check out thinwhitelinemagazine.com for more information.
Storm FM with new hot releases played daily. Feel the boom at stormfm.net.
Two girls with their Bonnie Scotty trying to cover as much women's football as they can. Girls on the Ball. Check out girlsontheball.com for more information.
Hello, I'm Rob Torres.
Grassroots coach Manisha Taylor.
Christian Carambeu.
Matt Hodgson, Director of the 4-Year Plan.
David Gopklin.
I'm Rob Blusher.
Andy Copeland from the Glennet Southern Amateur League.
Philip Wick, I'm CEO of 14.
Former Chairman of Ibis FC.
Chairman of Alexandra Park FC.
And you're listening
to Pitch Talk. The only place to get your Monday night footballing fix.
Because the pitch is where we eat, the pitch is where we sleep.
And the pitch is where we talk. Make sure you join the revolution, the football revolution.
Pitch Talks special feature. Yeah, it is Pitch Talk special feature time, and a big shout out to JBK, aka Jaymie Bailey, who's just joined us in the Skype chat. Before we go into our special feature segment, actually, we have had a couple of texts through. Have had a couple of texts through, and I'm just gonna try and navigate my way to them. Oh my god, Big T is an utter wrong. He's such an utter wrong. We're gonna come back to those. We're gonna come back to those later in the show, actually, because those are actually quite funny. What shall we do them now? Let's do them now before we go in, because Watford are pleased to announce the new Elton John stand in their ground. It's the only stand in the country where the back doors are bigger than the front. Oh my god! So I waited till after the watershed to do that one. Oh my god, that's terrible. What do Man United and a tampon have in common? They're only good for one period and have no second string. Big T, you are one half of the tag team champions of the world. I'll be in a wrong one. And what's the similarity between skydiving, being Simon Mignolet in goal for Liverpool, and getting that? Oh, wait, no, not going for that one. Oh, Big T nearly got me on that one. Yeah, can't be reading those ones out, family, sure. So them was to an extent. But you know what? Our Future of the Game special feature, because it's the final show of 2014, we wanted to take a look back and a look to the future all in one segment. And the way we are going to do that, is by looking back at the World Cup. From Monday, July 14th, 2014, World Cup was biggest social media event ever, according to Facebook. Brazil's World Cup was the biggest social media event on record, involving 350 million Facebook users worldwide, the company claimed, as it made strides into the so-called real-time market dominated by Twitter. People increasingly are using the social networks to comment on global events seen on television. Like the month-long soccer tournament won by Germany on Sunday. Caller, we'll be right with you in a second. But figures obtained by Reuters showed that the 350 million users generated a record Facebook conversation with 3 billion posts, comments, and likes. We knew the World Cup was going to be big, but this level of engagement is remarkable. Nick Gruden, Facebook's director of global media partnerships, told Reuters it was the highest level of conversation around a single event that we have ever measured. Audience is crucial for companies like Facebook, which make money by selling ads to advertisers interested in reaching its 1.28 billion monthly active users. Facebook's record traffic around the World Cup, suggested by Menlo Park, California company, was increasingly used as a platform to discuss events in real time, a segment pioneered by microblogging website Twitter Incorporated. The The widespread use of mobile phones that have made social media seemingly ubiquitous helped explain Facebook's record numbers. Germany's 1-0 win over Argentina in the World Cup final was the most commented match of the tournament, with 88 million users and 280 million interactions, the company said. Brazil star Neymar led the ranking of the most talked about player, followed by Argentina's Lionel Messi, Portugal's Cristiano Ronaldo, and Uruguay's Luis Suarez. And with 26% of all World Cup interactions, Brazil was the strongest voice in Facebook's biggest conversation ever. The United States accounted for 10% of the posts, comments, and likes. Indonesia 6%, Mexico 5%, and Argentina 4%. Facebook was the global stadium for the 2014 World Cup, said Facebook's Gruden. Now, in terms of, again, looking back at the World Cup, Adidas were looked upon as the real World Cup champions, and there are 12 reasons for that. Because Adidas, from July 15th, 2014, after the German victory, team shirts went on sale on the Adidas website for €84.95 each. Within hours, they were all gone, and the company had to fly more in from China. Number two, Adidas made £1.4 billion from football merchandise last year. That's more than the UK Foreign Office spends on embassies, the USA spends on a stealth bomber, and Chinese tourists will spend on Britain in 2017. Adidas boots dominated the tournament. The company's F50 design was the highest scoring boot with 46 goals, while players wearing Adidas had a 30% higher scoring rate. Not content to be official sponsors of the 2014 World Cup, Adidas also sponsored both of the finalist teams, as well as Colombia, who won the FIFA Fair Play Award. Adidas
and my
also,
personal best celebration award.
oh yeah, I love that. Was good. It was that proper. But also Adidas, who sponsored Lionel Messi, won the Golden Ball, an award sponsored by Adidas, just so happens. German keeper Manuel Neuer won the Adidas sponsored Golden Glove. Colombian James Rodriguez won the Golden Boot, who was sponsored by Adidas as well. FIFA's 11-man team of the tournament included 8 Adidas-sponsored players. Adidas's videos published during the World Cup got 38 million views, making it the most viewed sports brand of the event. It was also the most talked about on social media, with 1.59 million conversations across Twitter, Facebook, blogs, and Tumblr. Its hashtag #AllIn, which sounds quite wrong, was the most used brand hashtag on Twitter, with 917,000 hits, while its official Twitter account at Brazuca gained 2.98 million followers to hit 3.49 million. Number 11, every World Cup ball since 1970 has been made with Adidas. And the final reason why Adidas were the real winners, the company has negotiated with FIFA to keep its contract going, including the design of the official ball and the sale of World Cup memorabilia until the year 2030.
Nice.
Now, some other trends, again, looking back in terms of 2014 as a year of trends, looking at Twitter trends. So we've just looked at Facebook and we've looked at Adidas in terms of marketing. Looking at the Twitter trends, the biggest moments, 8 of the UK's 10 most tweeted about moments in 2014 were sport related, actually football. In a year that saw the World Cup and Champions League dominate the major talking points on the platform, the 10 moments that drove the most conversation in the UK in 2014 were: number 1, from July 8th, Germany walloping Brazil 7-1 in the World Cup semi-final. So that was number 1. Number 2, Wayne Rooney making it 1-1 in England's World Cup group game with Uruguay. Number 3, England equalizing against Italy through Daniel Sturridge in their World Cup opener in Brazil. Number 4 was the New Year's Eve celebrations from a year ago. Where are we going? Number 5, Germany winning the World Cup final on July 13th. Number 6 was Croatia scoring the opening goal of the World Cup against Brazil. Number 7, Holland thrashing Spain 5-1. Number 8, Real Madrid's late leveler, sending the Champions League final into extra time. Ramos's finish. Man United going 1-0 up in the first leg of their Champions League quarter-final against Bayern Munich at Old Trafford was number 9 on April 1st. And February 19th, One Direction won Best British Video at the Brit Awards. That was number 10, the 10th most talked about points of 2014. Now, focusing on the World Cup again in particular, with the hashtag World Cup 2014, 672 million tweets, a record number, were sent about this year's World Cup finals in Brazil. So perhaps it's no surprise that 6 of the UK's top 10 most tweeted about moments came during the tournament. Also, 35.6 million tweets were sent during Germany's shock 7-1 semi-final defeat of Brazil, setting a new record for the most discussed live event Twitter recorded, eclipsing the year's Super Bowl of American football. 172,653 retweets for Mario Balotelli when he posted, "If we beat Costa Rica, Italy, I want a kiss. I want a kiss, obviously, on the cheek from the UK Queen," making it the most retweeted message of the World Cup. So, if for nothing else, Mario is very good at marketing until recently, where he put his foot in it. But anyway, the most followed sports stars globally, Cristiano Ronaldo is number 1 with 31.6 million. Kaká is number 2 with 21.5 million. LeBron James is 3rd with 16.6 million. Neymar is 4th with 15.5 million. Ronaldinho is 5th with 11.1 million. The most followed in the UK is Wayne Rooney, top with 10.2 million. Rio Ferdinand with 5.9 million. Gareth Bale with 5.6. Andy Murray with 2.8. And Joey Barton with 2.7 million followers, which is quite a surprise.
It must be that philosophy course he's taking.
Yeah, definitely. Premier League in 2014. Fans from around the world discussed the highs and lows of England's top flight action in 2014. The most mentioned players who featured in the Premier League were number 1, Luis Suarez. Number 2, Wayne Rooney. Number 3, Radmel Falcao. Number 4, Alexis Sanchez. 5, Mesut Ozil. 6, Mario Balotelli. Number 7, David Luiz. Number 8, Robin van Persie. Number 9, Cesc Fabregas. And number 10, Sergio Aguero. Now, if the Premier League rankings were determined by mentions of clubs on Twitter this year, rather than the results, the table would read: number 1, Man United. Number 2, Arsenal. Number 3, Liverpool. 4, Chelsea. 5, Man City. 6, Newcastle. 7, Tottenham. 8, Everton. 9th would be Southampton. 10th, Aston Villa. 11, Leicester City. Sunderland, 12th. 13th, West Ham. 14th, QPR. 15th, Crystal Palace. 16th, West Brom. 17th, Stoke. 18th, Swansea. 19th, Hull. And Burnley would be rock bottom in 20th. And those figures were actually correct as of December 1st, 2014. So basically, the source for that was actually the Metro newspaper. So you know what, yeah? A very, very interesting, basically a very, very interesting kind of look back on 2014, because at the end of the day, you got looking at those trends. I mean, Adidas basically cleaned up. Yep. It basically cleaned up in the World Cup, but the World Cup cleaned up itself in terms of how big a social media event it was. How big it was. But, I want to ask, caller, you are through live with your Monday Night Football and Fix. Apologies for the delay, by the way, but who have we got the pleasure of conversing with tonight? And would you like to have a say in terms of what we've been discussing about football as a global social media phenomenon?
It's Tom Wood.
Hey, Tom.
You all right?
Yeah, not bad. How are you, man?
Yeah, I'm just knackered. I'm just walking home from my mate's house to watch the Liverpool game. At his house.
It was a good game, wasn't it?
Yeah, I thought there was going to be more goals in it, but I thought Swansea were going to come back in it, but obviously they didn't. But I think Bonnie was a bit too quiet on the ball, to be honest.
No.
They got him more on the ball. I think they would have got some more goals, but they obviously didn't. But Fabianski was a bit sloppy as usual. But
yeah,
he's like that as a keeper. He's like that for Arsenal. But it's all good.
Nah, definitely. You know what? Yeah, did you want to jump in on football as a social media phenomenon? Do you use? I want to ask you the question in particular. In terms of how often would you say you use Twitter and Facebook to talk about football? Every day, every other day?
Well, basically, I don't really use Facebook as much anymore. I usually basically more use Twitter. So it's Twitter I use more than Facebook. I only use basically Facebook just to message my family in Australia. So.
No, I hear that. You know, I want to, Gerald. I want to throw this out to you. I want to throw this to you too. What was your view? What was your view on the World Cup being the biggest social media event ever, and also the trends of 2014 in terms of the UK trends, and also Adidas as well?
I'll be honest, absolutely none of these surprised me whatsoever. You know, I think that when we happen to, so I was just looking at the tweet from Big T, throw them T's up. Having said that, though, I think, you know, the World Cup is one of those sporting spectacles, much like the Super Bowl, for a comparison, where even if you don't happen to watch the sport, because it's such a grand spectacle, especially the finals, you know, everybody just seems to tune in. You know, everybody seems to be talking about it. Everybody seems to have an opinion. So, you know, when we're talking about freedom of speech and being able to probably type your opinions quicker than you can come up with them, that's what social media, you know, is for at the moment. And it doesn't surprise me. I mean, it is, you know, as the title of the tournament suggests, it's World Cups of the whole world. You know, to quote an old WWF intro, it's what the world is watching.
The worldwide leader is. Oh, I thought you know that one.
Yeah, no. it's what the world is watching. So, you know, rightfully, that's what the world is going to be talking about. In terms of Adidas, yeah, absolutely cleaned up. I mean, they took everything they could. They went home. Look, they've got the match ball. They've got the 2 kits of the 2 teams in the finals.
Basically, sponsor all the trophies as well.
Sponsor all the awards. They've got, you know, all. I mean, you said it was like 8 players in the team of the tournament. Individual sponsorships. It's phenomenal. If you want to look up,
they were sponsoring the winners, they were sponsoring the runners up, they were sponsoring
third place, I think,
but basically the whole semi-final. Yeah. You may as well say.
Yeah, absolutely ridiculous. But it just goes to show, you know, the spending power of Adidas at the minute. I mean, just to put it into some perspective, with Manchester United from next season, Adidas is sponsoring Manchester United. So it just goes to show you, you know, the position that Adidas are in right now. They are literally world leaders. They happen to, as I say, be sponsoring the Champions League finalists and winners 2 years in a row. Mm-hmm. So there's Bayern Munich and Real Madrid, for those of you who are trying to catch up with that. So that, again, doesn't surprise me in any way, shape or form. You know, what I'm looking forward to, though, is more tweets from more people about what's going on. Now, in terms of how I happen to use Twitter, when I'm not, you know, doing the live updates with Pitch Talk, obviously I'm keeping an eye on the Pitch Talk live updates. And, you know, I get through all of the interactions through on my mobile devices, so I know what people are saying to Pitch Talk as well. So, you know, if I don't happen to have time to catch a game live, or, you know, I'm listening to it on the radio, say for example with the TuneIn app, and I just want to see what the conversation is generally. You know, I'll have a look at what's being said on Twitter, you know, and follow the conversation. Yeah, follow the line of conversation. I might not necessarily be active, but I'll follow it. So, for example, if we want to talk about talking points from tonight and Liverpool Swansea, where Liverpool ran out 4-1 winners, in case you're just joining us now, you know, one of the talking points for me is Raheem Sterling and him raising his hand and slapping that Swansea player.
Should have been sent off for it.
So, you know, that's going to be a talking point, and should have been a talking point tonight, for an example, in that particular game. You know, I'm pretty sure when Raheem Sterling cut his hair, that was quite popular on Twitter.
Just like Tom Huddleston.
Yeah,
was
that
the talking
too.
point when they on social network.
So, you know, it doesn't surprise me. You know, I'm looking forward to it being an even bigger and better thing, you know, going into 2015 as well.
I mean, see, with the trends, I mean, you look at the most followed sports stars globally, the top 5, 4 of that 5 footballers.
Yeah,
4 of that 5, and I mean, you're looking at in terms of the 8 of the UK's top 10 most tweeted about moments are football related. Yeah. That is the power of football.
Absolutely.
But with great power comes great responsibility, as the old Spider-Man figures from Uncle Ben. And it's that, but it's Uncle Ben's. Uncle Ben. I don't know how I remember that one. But yeah, anyway, I don't know how you remember that one. But no, it's all levels. But the fact of the matter is, it shows the power of football.
Yeah.
To not just unite people, but engage people.
Absolutely. And, you know, you look at, for example, Germany absolutely just taking Brazil out to the woodshed and just annihilating them.
It was an amazing moment, and a lot of people shared it because of social media.
Yeah,
A lot of people shared it, and I said that this is what we love. One of the things that I personally love about football, its ability to bring people together, and it's one of them ones. But the thing that concerns me is that a lot of the powers that be, and a lot of players don't use it in the right way. It's all good having all of this power, but you got to harness it in the right way. Adidas clearly are harnessing it in the right way, because they are getting just they're just getting insane amounts. But they're just getting insane amounts of stuff. But the fact of the matter is, 2014, you look at it and it's been, as I mean, the World Cup has obviously helped, and the thrilling climax to the Premier League season has helped as well. But I think 2014, looking back at it, has been a watershed year. Very much been a watershed year for social media, because it's just absolutely blown up. And at the end of the day, it's a case of, if you have a crap load of fans looking with eyes on football, if you're able to keep even a tenth of the people who tweeted about the World Cup, you've done a great job. So it's very I think it's very, very interesting. And with the trends that we've seen as well, it's just amazing.
By the way, I just want to go back to the Raheem Sterling incident earlier. I'm looking at the picture that Paddy Powell posted, right? Yeah. That looks a lot to me like a closed fist. So it wasn't a slap.
All right, oh, have no.
It's a punch. But then I'm looking at the referee's assistant, right?
Who's looking
how close can you be?
Dude is looking at it and doesn't do anything.
How close can you be? I'm like, look, dude, my glasses aren't strong, okay? If you want to borrow my glasses, you can borrow my glasses.
But he probably had both contact lenses in the same eye. Well, it's one of them. It's one of them ones. It's either you got to be real dumb, or you just got to be real dumb to have seen that right in front of your face and not do anything.
So Raheem Sterling throws a punt, and he's gonna go unpunished.
That's why these rules need to be changed. The rules really do need, a lot of these rules really do need to change. They really do. But you know what? Coming back to the World Cup being a big social media event and football in general, Russ Vernon, you wanted to jump in on this, and if any of the other Skypers want to jump in, let us know.
Yes, because while I was watching the World Cup, I was mainly talking to people on Twitter. Every now and again, we're talking on Facebook as well, to like Mike and Tom and Wayne about the World Cup matches, and I think I commented on a couple of your stats as well. If I remember right, I come back when the World Cup was on, and I must say mainly the place I talk about football, and I talk about it nearly every single day on Facebook and on Twitter, and I like when I'm not watching a match, I converse with Leeds fans on Facebook and Twitter about the match I was playing and where I think things are going wrong for us in the games. And I must say, this past year in football, especially with the World Cup, I actually earlier today in the World Cup final between Germany and Argentina, actually saw that game again. It was on the Red Button service earlier today, which I was watching in my bedroom for this morning, and I really like that, enjoyed that game, good end-to-end stuff in that match in the World Cup final, so I decided might as well watch it again, because what the World Cup was, every time there's no football in the summer, I'm always bored, always looking to find something to do, so every time there's a World Cup on or European Championships on in the summer, I'm looking forward to have a game in. So
you know what we do want to ask you though. What we do want to ask you, like how do you see football and social media working together in the future? Do you see it growing? Has it grown to its apex and it's just going to fall off? Like how do you see it? Because there are a lot of players who are not on social media for a number of reasons. There's kind of a dark side to footballers and social media as well, which we'll probably come to on another show now. But how do you see football and social media growing together? Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing that football has this much exposure because of social media?
I think it's a good thing, because if people know, say like a lot of people who I've got on Facebook are not really interested in football, and if the more people who are not interested see more posts and on Facebook or on Twitter about football and see photos from football matches and get the latest information, maybe more people start getting into football, following football teams, checking on results every Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday if there's a game on Tuesday, Wednesday midweek, say Champions League, Europa League, whatever division. It's quite a lot to. I've got a friend of mine, me and Mike know him, Ryan Hunter the call. He supports Man City from England, but he's from Scotland, and today he just bought a season ticket for St Mirren. He's not been St Mirren game for quite a while, and he decided to go back today. And he says when he's not been to matches, he's told me he's been following updates on social media, on their Facebook page, on their Twitter feed, and so he keeps following updates by social media. And he says he's growing, and I think more people who follow football via social media, the more people will start watching it. More people, when they get kids around, will take kids to watch football and make them come up following football, and then they can pick their own team. And if you know people like the same team,
well, you know what?
Banter.
Well, you know what? There's a lot of people who do. Obviously, we do live updates when we can. Also live commentary, that kind of thing. We know Girls on the Ball who do a lot of social media related stuff to do with women's football. I mean, I personally think it's a really good thing that football's getting this exposure, and as you said, it's one of those people, more people getting exposed to the game. I said there is a dark side to it. There is a dark side to it as well, which we will look upon in kind of closer detail another time. But in terms of the positives, I think it's fantastic, because with footballers being on social networks and being on Twitter, like let's take for instance Cristiano Ronaldo, at Cristiano on Twitter, you could potentially be talking to him direct. Robin van Persie, same deal. Joey Barton, Rio Ferdinand, you could be talking to these people. I mean, you look at how we got in touch with John Sitton. Yeah. Pitch Talk meets John Sitton. That was through Twitter. And also Vernon Grant as well. And Sahel, yeah, of course. It's one of them. There were so many people that we've gotten in touch with. I mean, most of the PT family we've gotten in touch. We've gotten in touch with via the social networks. So it's a very, very, I mean, social networking, the social networks and football, it's a very, very interesting, it's an interesting animal, really, for lack of better phraseology. I mean, Jaymie Bailey, you wanted to jump in as well. Jaymie, did you want to jump in on these points as well?
Yeah. Good evening to everybody, and hopefully you've had a good Christmas and everything.
Hopefully you have as well. Something of a Christmas that I had.
I won't go into too much detail, but going onto the situation, onto what we're talking about. I don't know. I'm kind of skeptical. I think I'm part of the generation that actually don't like everything being out there in terms of talking about it and blah blah blah. I mean, everybody wants to talk about. I think there's too many people trying to put their voices forward and having their say about something, and it's all good for an opinion. But what good is an opinion if you don't do anything about it? And on social, if I've looked at it, Balotelli got in trouble for something that you yourself, Liam, thought was half right and half wrong, whereas most of Twitter and most of Facebook is all open to opinion. I got in trouble for a tattoo on my arm, and that's open to an opinion. One person doesn't like it, so another person has to be told about it. I think there's just too many people that have a whole bunch of opinions and want to put it on a social feed so that they can get clarification on what they believe in. And yes, it's a good thing for a lot of people who don't play football, but at the top level, you're almost, and don't take this in a sexual way, but you're almost gagged you're almost gagged to the point of you can't speak. You can't say nothing. You can't say nothing, and the worst, you say one small thing, even if you use a swear word on one of your Twitter updates, or even an Instagram update. As soon as somebody sees it from the FA, you're in trouble. And then to me, that's not football anymore. That's just basically controlling what you say.
But you know, but staying with the positive. But staying with the positive though, I just want to ask. Do you think football and social media? Do you think they're the kind of partnership, the synergy? That's what I'm looking for. Do you think the synergy between the two is going to grow? And if it does grow, and if it does grow, do you think it's a good thing that it does?
No, it's going to grow regardless of what I say. Like as I said, I'm not happy about it. But back in the days, you were a footballer who goes to the pub, or you go and see people that you like to see. Nowadays, you can't do that. You have to have a certain strict regime. You have to do certain things at certain times. You aren't just a footballer anymore. You're pretty much the model citizen. And if you're not the model citizen, your contract gets terminated. So, do I like it? As I said, no. If you're saying that if it's expansion is a good thing, it's going to happen anyway. So, what is my opinion on it? Nothing. It's going to happen. The fact that Adidas have got their claim to fame on pretty much everything this year, well done to them. And as you can see, it's filtered through the football league in England, because pretty much a lot of clubs have now got an Adidas kit or a Nike kit in the football league, in most of the football league teams. And the ones that don't, you can see how much money they really have, because they're starting to struggle. But in general, I just don't think it's a good thing just to have a Twitter a social feed as a footballer or as a coach, because you're only going to get the same results. Whereas as a person who just is a fan, you can say whatever you want to a striker and to a player, and what can he say back? Nothing. Whatever he says is scrutinized, regardless of whether he plays or whether he doesn't. So there are good things and bad things, and there's a lot more perks to it as a fan than there is as a player or a coach.
But you know, we had Mike Harniman. You wanted to jump in as well.
Yeah, basically, I'm kind of agreeing a bit with Russ and a bit with Jaymie as well. I'm kind of in the middle here. Like, I think it's good for sort of like the younger fans to be able to interact with their idols and their sort of, for want of a better words, their kind of heroes and so on. Like, it's good for the younger fans to be able to interact, but when you get to a certain age and you get like the moronic fans and stuff who will just be out to abuse these players and like coaches or whoever it is, you will get that kind of part of it as well. So that's why I'm kind of partially agreeing with Jaymie as well, if you know what I mean. No, I get it. I mean, we've encouraged before when certain players have gotten into spats, Rio Ferdinand, Joey Bolton, Mario Balotelli. But I mean, a lot of people and a lot of entities have gotten into spats with people. Rio Ferdinand has been in trouble a couple of times because of Twitter. And the fact, but we always urge caution with it. I mean, that said, the negative side we will look at on another show, because that could take a special feature on its own. But it's a case of sticking with the positives of it. I mean, it does give that instant gratification, for lack of a better phraseology. I mean, it's a case of it gives instant gratification. It's like, oh my god, I can talk to someone and get an instant response, and which in itself really can help, because couple of years back, we had Chris Day, who, well, we've still got him now, one of our keepers down at Stevenage, and me and a couple of my mates were looking for tickets to the Tottenham game because somebody had like messed us about.
Yeah.
So Chris Day, actually, on that occasion, via him being on Facebook and us being in contact with him, managed to sort us out and sort of help us out with the tickets.
See,
So on that
we've
part,
seen
can
that a
help
couple of
us
times as well from a couple of different players. A couple of different players have actually done that. I think. Oh God!
And isn't Stephen Naismith doing something like that up in
Yep, up in Liverpool, donating to the local job centre and that. Yeah. So, I mean, social media can be so. I think it was Tyrone Mings who has done that as well from Ipswich. So it's a case of the social media. On a positive note, the social media can be so good.
No, it's absolutely great. I mean, even last week, thanks to Mr. Russell Vernon, aka _sports coverage on Twitter.
Yeah.
Didn't we happen to get like a tweet from Jim Beglin?
Yeah, I mean, Russ tweeted to Jim Bailey, listening to his show.
And it's like, well,
whether he listened or not, I don't know, but hopefully he did.
No, but I'm like, realistically, when were we ever gonna think that Jim Beglin was gonna send us a tweet? Do you know what I mean? I'm like, hey, Jim, if you want to do a picture talk meets, holla at your boys. That's all I'm saying.
Fantastic. I mean, it's one of them. I mean, Wayne Schumann wanted to jump in on this point as well.
Yeah, I'm kind of half and half of it. I mean, I think social media is good. It's got its positives, it's got its negatives as well. But just what Mike said about Chris Day, I mean, he owned a pub down the road in Stevenage as well. So like a lot of fans used to go in there. Like when Stevenage won the league in the conference got promoted, they had a big celebration party down at the pub that he owned. Like all the players there. And talking to fans, and like Stevenage used to hold a thing every month to the end of every month where the fans could go down to the local clubhouse, meet all the players and that, and like if the results weren't going our way, the fans could have their inputs and things like that to try and help the team push forward. And I think clubs should do that more as well. Like a local clubhouse, a few select fans go down there, and because obviously they're all tickets and that. But I mean, Stevenage used to do that a lot, and I think that really helps with the thing. But social media, I know a lot of players get in trouble for things they say, but I mean, at the end of the day, they're only human, and people make mistakes, but because they're big time footballers, they get it hard. Got more like with posting things up.
I mean, it's one of them. As I said, there were a lot of positives, and I said I think 2014 was very much a watershed year in terms of, and also it was a watershed year in terms of somewhat regulating, or at least trying to self-regulate the social networks as well. Because there are some people, of course, who go too far. I said we'll hit that dark side at some point. But there are a lot of people who have positive stories with the social networks. And hey, we've had our successes on the social networks in 2014 as well. So I think it's good. I do think it's very, very good. And I said 2014 was a good year for football and the social networks to their synergy. Long may it continue. Long may it continue. You know what? Here's one of them ones where it's time. We are in that home straight of the show. So it is time for us to switch segments. And thank you to the PT family for all of your views during our special feature segment. Let's roll into a little bit of. This is Pitch Talk, the last show of 2014. We are in. What's up with that? And where we are going to start? Ex-Ajax midfielder Danny Dazou, who is without a club, advertises himself on LinkedIn. The 31-year-old, who's made 27 appearances for the Netherlands, is without a team after leaving Belgian outfit Anderlecht when his contract expired last summer. This from today, the 29th of December 2014. Yeah, that's one of them ones. He's advertised himself on business social networking site LinkedIn. Dazou is a tough tackler defensive midfielder whose career has seen him play for the likes of AZ Alkmaar, Ajax, and Russian side Spartak Moscow. Instead of leaving it up to his agent, Dazou has decided to do it all on his own and find a new club through LinkedIn, a site usually not frequented by decorated professional footballers. In his very own LinkedIn advert, he boasts about his career achievements. Where he states he'd ideally like to play and post a 4-year-old YouTube compilation of him in action. I'm looking for a new club in Europa, Middle East, or MLS, said Dazou on LinkedIn. Salary depends on my city, club, and country. And for more info, please send me a direct message. Good luck. Demi. Interesting stuff.
See, we're talking about social media.
There we go. This is an example.
I mean, if you happen to be, a player who's looking for a new club, why not use social media, see if you can get yourself a new one?
Very much so. Very much so. I mean, oh my God. Oh, there was a strike. There was something that actually came up earlier this year, actually. I think his name was Gary Goals. I think it was some guy called Gary Goals. I remember this. Speaking of, speaking of...
Going back in time to the start of the year.
Yeah. At Gary Goals on Twitter. Dazou just reminded me of this story. He actually just reminded me. Well, we've seen players put up for sale on eBay as well, which was like a year or two ago, which was just absolutely crazy. But yeah, the Gary Goals thing. Oh my word! The Gary Goals thing. It was a hilarious advert by a footballer looking for a team and called himself Gary Goals went viral. And this went viral on, January 17, 2011 is when the story was from. If anyone remembers Gary Goals, it was a case of, thought to be a smooth. The advert read, I do all types of goals, including free kicks, bicycle kicks, and penos. I scored in every match I've ever played in. I do not lie. 5-a-side, 7-a-side, and 11-a-side. All is good. Again, with like advertising yourself on social media. I mean, the Gary Goals thing at the beginning of the year, that was a funny talking point with Ibis, with us lot, and we were like, you know what, that would be hilarious if it was real. And the fact of the matter is, actually, just. Yeah, I mean, I just find it funny when players are going on social networking websites like LinkedIn to advertise themselves, or on Twitter to advertise themselves. I think it's interesting because you got Gumtree, which for amateur league
and
sides.
Craigslist.
There we go. For like amateur league sides like Ibis and others, Gumtree has been and can be a very good source of players. People wanting to play, you post an advert, see what happens. So I think it's another variation on synergy with football and social media. I think it's brilliant. It's funny. What do you reckon on this one?
No,
I know the Skypers jumping in as well.
I think it's absolutely fantastic. I mean, as I say, he's a businessman. He's selling a product. So what better place than to be on a social media website that's for business people in LinkedIn? I mean. Yeah. It's the best way to do it. Now, in terms of Gary Goals, I mean, that's just brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. There was a small picture of what I believe to be the actual advert that we just saw.
Gary Goals.
Absolutely brilliant. And, as I say, if you're not able to, cut something together, for example, like your highlight video, having an advert like that, or do something. Someone has to sit somewhere. Someone's looking for someone. I mean, I'll put it like this: do Ibis have enough strikers?
Not at the moment, but
there may be
Ibis calling Gary Goals. They're calling Gary Goals. Bugger that. Who you gonna call? Gary, go. Just say it. I score in every game that I ever played in. I do not lie. Just love the fact that he put that in
I
there
don't
as
lie.
a line. It's funny.
I don't lie.
I mean, Mike Harniman, you wanted to jump in on this.
Yeah, like I said in the chat there, it reminds me a bit of when Steve used to join Connor Calker. He was a trialist that we had, and he played a couple of pre-season friendlies, and basically he scored against West Ham in one of the friendlies. I think it was a 2-2 draw or something like that, and it was leaked out basically who he was, and then I think the next day he signed on a permanent deal because it basically leaked it himself on Twitter.
That's dumb. Oh my god! Oh, that's funny. Oh, that is classic. It's just leaking out your own information. It's like, yep, you're your own media team. Oh my god! Staying with Twitter actually, Mike, you'll like this, seeing as you're an Arsenal supporter as well. Arsenal target Gregor's Krychowiak, that pranks Gunners fans with cruel joke. Polish star took to Twitter to play a cool joke. This is also from today, Monday 29th of December 2014. Arsenal target Gregor's Krychowiak pulled off a prank in the cruelest manner by announcing on Twitter that he will be joining an English club, only to reveal that it was all a joke. The Polish midfielder has been linked to a host of Premier League clubs, with Arsenal reportedly leading the way to secure a signature. And Gunners fans took to Twitter to express their excitement at the prospect of the North London club capturing the 24-year-old following the player's post, which revealed he had struck a deal with an English outfit. However, Arsenal fans were left disappointed as Krychowiak revealed that it was all a hoax, explaining that with December 28th being the Spanish equivalent of April Fool's Day, he was playing an elaborate joke and that he would be staying with Sevilla.
No, that's pretty good.
That's such a Libby.
That's pretty good.
Acclimatization in Spain is going very well. Of course, it was a joke. #Vamos mi Sevilla. He had. That is cruel. See, you know what? Yeah, that is a prime example. Before you report something, make sure your sources are valid. Make sure you got direct quotes in there from people that matter, not just any random J-Bron. And also, make sure it's fact rather than rumor, and before it's confirmed.
I like that. Journalism 101.
Exactly. Hey, it has to be. Not enough people do it. That's why we don't deal with rumors here. Well, no, just deal with fact. But Mike Harniman, did you want to jump in on this? And Wayne Schumann, if you want to jump in as well.
I just think it's absolutely brilliant, to be honest. I think I just think it's pure just genius. I think the way that he's basically gone out and said that, and people actually believe it without actually looking into it themselves, is just, it shows what some people can actually be like.
Hey, it shows that there's a lot of lazy football fans. A lot of lazy football fans who don't research, and they'll just post stuff willy-nilly, and then when it's wrong, just go into hiding. I find that funny though. Playing a prank on fans, that's good. I mean, it's a good-natured prank. No one's getting hurt off it. No one's being offended off it, unless you really are that sensitive. But I love that kind of thing. I love that kind of thing on a person. By the way, one of the funniest footballers on Twitter is Emmanuel Eboué. That dude's funny. Was it at the real Eboué on Twitter? He's hilarious and always has been. Again, the synergy with football and social media. It's tremendous. It's tremendous. Oh my word! Speaking of football and social media, I gotta say, we always got to throw them T's up, because Big T always said some of the funniest tweets. I mean, that one, that text, we're going to read it, but it was like, nah. It's like, nope, not doing that.
Oh my goodness.
It was like, got halfway through it and realized what it said. It's like, nope, not reading that one. But you know what? Yeah, it is time. This is the final show of 2014. So this will be the final variation of this segment for the year as we hit the home stretch of the show. So let's go into
Stuff of the week.
Hey! Yeah. It's Monday night. It's Pitch Talk. We're in the home straight of the show. It is time for Stuff for the Week. It's Monday night and it's Pitch Talk. The very last show of the year. I told her that ain't my baby. That ain't my baby. No, I'm kidding. Oh my God. Harry and James Hewitt. Oh. What the hell is that? Oh. Got to do with football? See, the fact that you were looking at that, I had like just I had nothing. I had nowhere to go with it. I got led down a dark alley with no torch.
No, but I just saw that. I was like, what?
Like, what the hell?
Like, literally.
Girls, it was a picture. Where did I'm confused, man. All I can say is to what you're looking at.
I don't know what the hell's going on here. Wait a minute. But I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
That's all I can say to that. I don't know.
I just saw that. I thought it was strange.
Yeah. I think it's been a rumor for a number of years. So it's one of them ones. What we're actually talking about right now is Prince Harry and James Hewitt being the father of the baby.
There's a new play that kind of hints to that.
Yeah, it's
strong.
It just reminds me of a certain thing in particular. And then
I'm 5,000. Andrew, you are not the
I feel like you need to post that link in the Skype chat. Right. Just so that the people could know. Yeah.
That's funny, man. That's what you reminded me of. Oh, you know what? Let's go into stuff.
Lego.
Let's go into stuff of the week.
Lego.
Oh my God! The final stuff of the week of 2014 kicks off with "You Are Not the Father of the Baby." It's tremendous. We don't plan this. See, we don't plan this. We just roll with it. Stuff of the week. Let's go. Team of the week first. Jesse, who you going for? Team of the week.
Chelsea. Top of the table in the Christmas period. I think it was a stat that I think Jose Mourinho, every time he's been top at Christmas, his teams have won the league.
Is it 3 times? Somewhere the other 3? Yeah.
So, yeah, Chelsea.
No, I'll go with that. It's an interesting shout. In terms of team of the week, Liverpool. Back-to-back wins.
Fair enough.
Back-to-back wins.
Love a bird upon your chest. That's the result you love the best.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. It's one of them ones. That's the way I'm looking at it. Back-to-back wins. There we go. Let's go for Mike Harniman. You got your team of the week.
Yeah, I have. I'm going to give it to Stevenage this week for the 3 wins in 9 days.
Great shout. Wayne Schumann, team of the week.
Yeah, I'm going to say Stevenage as well, and for beating Cambridge in the local derby the other day.
Great shout. Let's go for Russ Vernon, team of the week.
I'm going to agree with Mike Harniman and give it to Stevenage. 3 wins in 9 days. Great record, and keep it to Wesley. Otherwise, if you don't, you're going to end up being shown the door.
And that's coming from a Leeds fan. Anyway, leaving that aside, Tom Wood, team of the week.
Burnley for their 2-2 draw against Man City.
So that is a good shout, actually. Kieran Riley, team of the week.
To be honest, Liam, it's got to go for Stevenage, but at the same time, it's got to go to Wolves as well for our back-to-back victories.
Good shout.
Good
Very,
shout.
Very
Very
good
good
shout. Jaymie Bailey, team of the week.
AFC Bournemouth, as much as Chelsea are doing it right, the former Arsenal coach is actually doing a lot better than Jose Mourinho. Sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Let's go for player of the week. Who are you going for, Jesse?
It's a tough one. You know what? I'm gonna go with Sadio Mane for Southampton.
Yeah. You know what? I'm actually gonna
with an honourable mention to Wayne Rooney.
I'm gonna agree with you on Sadio Mane, even though there's a drawback to it. Yeah, I'll agree with you. I'll agree with you in terms of Mane. Yeah, I'm going to stick with that. It would have potentially been. Honourable mention to Adam Lallana, by the way, and also Emre Can too. But yeah, I'm going to go. I'm going to agree with you on Mane. There was the potential of Raheem Sterling or Papi Cisse, but them lashing out has ruined it. So I can't do that. But yeah, Tom Wood, who you going for player of the week?
The whole Leicester squad, they're all against Hull. They're putting a good shift. So, right there with the players.
No, good shout. Kieran Riley, who you going for player of the week?
I can't remember what his name is or what team he plays for, but it's the kid who scored that really amazing goal for his first ever goal in professional football.
Yeah, I think I saw that kind of going around. I can't remember the name. Yeah, either. Ross Vernon, player of the week.
Sadio Mane with an honourable mention to Adam Lallana.
Good shout. Let's go for Jaymie Bailey, player of the week.
I don't know his first name, but I'm not going to call him Freddie. But it's Eastwood. For his, well, I would say one of the best goalkeeping displays I've ever seen for in a Blackburn shirt.
Good shout. Mike Harniman, who you going for player of the week?
I'm going to give it to Ronnie Henry. He was he is the grandson of Ron Henry, the former Spurs player who passed away. And he was given the option of missing the Stevenage game against Cambridge, but still decided to play. So I'm going to give it to Ronnie Henry for that reason.
No, that's a fantastic shout. That is a fantastic shout. I'm going to give you that. Wayne Schumann, who you going for player of the week?
Ashley Barnes for Burnley. He's in good form and he scored a couple of great goals over the Christmas period.
No, that's a good shout. I think. I thought he was going to say we do run. I think we have had everyone, haven't we? In terms of player of the week.
Is there anyone we've forgotten?
No, there can't be. Let's go for let's go for goal of the week. This is a tough one this week. Who are you going for goal of the week?
That is a difficult one. Eden Hazard.
Yeah, good shout.
With honourable mention to Robin van Persie.
Yeah, you would. For me,
damn right.
For me, goal of the week. There's a lot of good ones actually to pick from this week.
Didn't you say Ashley Barnes earlier?
Ashley Barnes was a contender, but then Fernandinho. And Fernandinho's one. It's just like, I think Fernandinho, man.
Okay.
I think Fernandinho.
First shot on target.
Yeah, first shot on target this season. Look how good a goal it was. Fernandinho gets it for me. Let's go for Kieran Riley. Goal of the week.
Got to be Nuadico's goal for Wolves against Brentford. Fantastic run for a long ball from Rajiv Van La Parra for him to go straight through the defence to score. Beautiful.
I'll go with that one. Ross Vernon. Goal of the week.
I've got two, both in the same game. Fernandinho and Ashley Barnes.
Cool. Let's go for Wayne Schumann. Goal of the week.
Charlie Lee for Stevenage. His first goal against Cambridge was a brilliant goal.
I hear that. Mike Harniman. Goal of the week.
I'm going to give it to the goal scored by Adam Lallana, the team goal for Liverpool tonight.
Yeah, no, brilliant goal.
Horseman.
Brilliant goal. And I actually said it in live update.
Good shout. Tom, what have you given your goal a week?
Both Adam Lallana's goals from tonight.
Yeah. Love it. Jaymie Bailey, goal of the week.
I haven't actually got one, considering that I don't go for the Premiership. So at the moment, I'm kind of stuck as I'm watching the Football League show. But I'm going to go with Taylor for Portsmouth.
Nah, cool. You know what? Let's go. Let's go for flop of the week. Who you going for, Jazzy? Flop of the week.
You know what? I'm going for that referee's assistant in tonight's game. That completely somehow less than a foot away from it. Big T, this is for you. I'm going to throw them T's up. But yeah, less than a foot away from it. How do you miss this punch? That's what it was. It wasn't a slap. It was a punch. How do you miss that?
I don't know what the hell's going on here. Wait a minute.
But I don't like it. I don't like it at all. You know what? In terms of on the pitch flop of the week has to be Curtis Davis.
-5 stars. -5 stars.
Curtis Davis, that goal was hilarious. The one he gave away to Adam Johnson, that was funny. The way he just little short back pass, and then he tried to shield it from about 25 yards out. It's like, dude, what are you doing? And then he fell over. I'm sorry, that was funny. Curtis Davis, flop of the week. Flop of the week, man. I'm going on that one. Let's go for flop of the week. Ross Vernon, flop of the week.
For me, Liam, I'm going to give it to Alan Pardew for swapping Newcastle for Crystal Palace. And I'm going to, if this does happen, I'm going to also say Mike Ashley, because I've seen tonight, and he's been on Monday Night Football after the Liverpool game, that he's going to name Colaccini as manager and play till the end of the season.
Well, let's see what happens with that one, because that might not actually happen. So let's see what happens. Jaymie Bailey, flop of the week.
I'm actually going to go. I should really go for the rest, but they're all in the Premiership, and they seem to be making the greatest mistakes. But I'm actually going to go with. With Fulham, because I think we should have beaten Brighton tonight, and I'm quite disappointed that we didn't. So.
Well,
sorry,
good reasoning.
boys, what you need to do better in 2015.
Nah, that's good reasoning behind it as well.
Fair point.
Yeah, it's fair. Wayne Schumann, flop of the week.
All right, so I'm going to say these for losing 2-0 on Boxing Day, and Giroud for sending off against QPR. What the hell was he doing?
I want to see the lights.
Flashing lights.
Where's your jumper today? Tom Wood, flop of the week.
I've got 3 this week. Kean Bolger of Southend for his headbutt yesterday against Dagenham.
Fair enough.
Oliver Drew for his headbutt.
Fair enough.
And Jacob Murphy for sending out that Snapchat for saying as the caption we were going to lose today.
Yeah.
So them for his flops of the week.
Great shouts. Mike Harniman, flop of the week.
I'm going to agree with Wayne and say Giroud, but I'm also going to give it to Mourinho for his comments as well.
Good shout. I personally just didn't want to really give him the airtime, to be honest. The guy's lost it. Kieran Riley, flop of the week.
Well, it's got to go to the refs again. Also, it's going to West Bromwich Albion. And also to Leeds.
No, I heard that. I totally hear that. You know what? The last show of 2014. We're pretty much there, yeah. Last show of 2014, man.
And our next show, 2015.
Definitely.
Here we come.
Oh my God, 2015, here we come. Remember, we got Pitch Talk meets Sir Hell Raymond, which is going to be released on New Year's Day, so keep an eye out for that. The 5 trailers for that are on youtube.com/Pitch Talk right now. We got Pitch Talk meets Dave McLaughlin. Keep an eye out for the adverts for the adverts for that, for information on how to get your questions in for the chairman of Alexandra Park Football Club. And also, Pitch Talk Meets Girls on the Ball will be out in February 2015. So it's one of them ones. We got a lot coming up for you. The big plans are in motion for 2015 already. You know what? It is one of them ones where we got to pause that particular track because 2014 has been a very, very interesting year, and 2015 is going to be that much bigger and better. This is Pitch Talk live on Monday night. Every Monday we are live. Stephen Matler won't take go. This is the last Pitch Talk show of 2014. This year has been fantastic. It's all good on Bombastic Indie Plays. We are live every Monday night of your lives. Straight shooting LJ, G-Man, and Jesse Fizzle. Always live, bringing banter, fun, and facts every week. Oh my God, we're having a party in here. Yeah! Oh my word. Oh, you know what? We got to vacate the place with a haste because
Hi, I'm John sitting here with Gavin, Liam, and Gerald on Pitch Talk.
The football talk show that holds back nothing on opinions.
Hello, I'm Rob Torres, Christian 42.
Grassroots coach Manisha Taylor.
Matt Hodgson, director of the 4-year plan.
Samira Swanee, co-founder and co-director of Motivate Sports and Fitness.
And you're listening to Pitch Talk.
The only place to get your Monday night footballing fix.
The pitch is where we eat.
The pitch is where we sleep. And the pitch is where we talk.
You never know. You gonna see it coming. And I promise you'll know, because it's Pitch Talk. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, straight shooting LJ, the G-Man, and Jesse Fizzle proudly bring to you the Monday night football talk show that pulls no punches and holds back nothing on opinions, because the pitch is where we eat.
The pitch is where we sleep.
And, of course, the pitch is where we talk. 2014 has been a fantastic year. We're going to make 2015 that much better. Not just for us, because we are the people, but for you,
because
for the people. It's one of them ones. We're going to make it we're going to try and make it good for you, baby. Get that year season from day one, baby. But you know what? It is one of them ones. Facebook.com/Pitch Talk. Become fan, become friend, become member of the group. Join the footballing revolution. We're working so hard to create. www.pitch-talk.com is the official website. That's where you can get our podcast links as well. iTunes, Mixcloud, Podomatic, and Spreaker. 07535804466 is the mobile number. Text us, call us, let us know your views. Pitch Talk 1 on Skype. At Pitch Talk on Twitter. Tweet us, follow us, see what we're up to. YouTube.com/Pitch Talk. As said, the big announcement that we had on tonight's show was that our next Pitch Talk meets guest that we're going to be sitting down with is Mr. Dave McLaughlin, the chairman of Alexandra Park FC, amateur league side. 14 Southern Amateur League side. It's one of them ones. You know what? It is one of them ones where, woo, it's been fun. It's been fun today.
And you know what? Just before we go, right? Shout out to Brad Hicks on Twitter. That's at Brad Hicks 20. Team of the week was Leighton Orient. Player of the week was Mahrez. Goal of the week was Fernandinho. And flop of the week was Millwall. Just in case you're wondering.
Oh, I love that. I love that. You know what? It is one of them ones. You know what? This song's kind of apropos. Pitch Talk. What? We right here. We ain't going anywhere. We're right here. Pitch Talk will be back in 2015. Oh, yeah. Because we ain't going anywhere. We're right here. God, love it. Big time shout outs to Finn White Line Magazine, facebook.com/Finn White Line Magazine, at Tweet White Line on Twitter, and www.finnwhitelinemagazine.com. Remember, we feature in issue 0, and I think in issue 1 as well. So big shout outs to Ian Kurt and the guys at Finn White Line Magazine. Big shout out to Motivate Sports and Fitness. Big shout out to Girls on the Ball. Big time shout outs to Kloss on Grass and Sohail Raymond as well. God, all of these people doing big things. And it's been an absolute pleasure in 2014 to do big things with them as well. It's one of them was big shout outs to Vernon Grant, John Sitton, among others who have supported the cause as well. We've had some great moments, man. We've enjoyed it. But you know what? 2015, bigger is better. It's going to be good. It's going to be good, baby. But you know what?
Great. Oh, yeah.
Ooh. Big time shout outs to Tom Wood, Russ Vernon, Mike Harniman, Wayne Schumann, Kieran Riley. Ryan was with us earlier as well. Lily Alumi, Lee Godsafe, Ian Kerr, all of the regulars in the Skype chat. Big shout outs to our co-host, the G-Man, as well. Big shout outs is one of them was Stephen, aka Tony Halliday. What is up? Hopefully you've been listening. Jack Hinchin, Hitman, what is up? So many shout outs, so little time. It's one of them ones, man. It's been 2014 has been a fantastic year. Let's make 2015 better. Let's grow Pitch Talk beyond our borders. This is one of them was big time shout outs to Tom Wood, Mike Harniman, among others as well, who join us on a regular basis. Love getting you guys' views. Jennifer Evans as well.
Thank you so much.
Shout outs. Big time.
Big team going through them tees up.
Exactly. Craig Django Gilbert as well. Big time shout outs to a hell of a lot of people who make this show happen, who keep this show happening, and keep spreading us around. Spread it. This show is not for the few, it's for the many. We're inclusive, not exclusive, because it's we the people for the people. You know what? Gotta say, I've had fun this year. I have been straight shooting LJA.
As always, I've been Jezzy Fizzle.
And we will catch you in 2015. People, good night.